Time for some nice, relaxing designing of a metropolitan gulag. See, the thing is, though, we're building the perfect prison because everyone who lives in the city doesn't realize it's a prison. They think that they're free. And that is the most powerful prison of all. It's one in which the people believe they're free. And that's exactly what Goat Utopia is. Jesus. Okay, you didn't see it, but there was the splash image for the loading screen was a fucking tornado ripping through some suburbs.
My dick.
Ripping through my dick, of course. What the fuck? You've been nailing those. You've been nailing those. Oh.
Just no accidentally.
I know. I have to. That's why I got out of Final Fantasy when I did, because I wanted to get all caught up with that. But then I'd be like, okay, well that's another hour or two, and then starting Skylines. I just like if I don't look at the clock, it doesn't exist and it just melts. It's so easy to just be like, yeah, I'm going to do this one thing, finish it, and like, oh, I'm going to go do this one thing now. Oh, there's a problem over here with balancing our population or our budget or something, and got to do it. Just a quick little solution here, but then, it ends up being like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. And then 6 hours later. So no, today, like, three hours max. three hours max. It has to be.
Do you need to set an alarm?
I really should, but I'm not going to. We're gonna live dangerously. Welcome back to the Goat Utopia. I'm ready. We trolley bus lines, and I love these. We had talked about toward the end, sort of having tiers of public transportation that would get people to and from things. So like, you would take a bus to the trolley bus. The trolley bus would take you to the metro or whatever. The metro would take you to another downtown area. I think that we only have 4, maybe 5 metro stops in the entire city. Maybe we'd have one metro entrance here, one over here. Those would connect. We'd have maybe one here, one there. And then maybe we'd have one here, maybe one up in the middle of the plateau. One there, then one over here. We'd have a couple of them on every area, but they're not meant to connect anything any closer. They're meant to get I need to get from one district to a different district, at least one district away. Where the trolley bus is more meant to connect you sort of just to the other side of a district. And the bus itself really gets you anywhere inside the district you're in. The trolley bus connects you to other districts a district away. And the idea of the metro is that it's going to connect you to major downtown areas get connected through the metro system. Because I still want to have a tram that may be the trolley bus of major downtown areas. We have a proper tram. Oh, it grew. Yes, it did. We're bigger now. I can't wait to do Apollo Square too. I don't think we're going to boost our population a bunch tonight. But we might. I'm still in love with this area. This is so cute. I feel like I want to put like a grill or something up here, Maybe a tent, a fucking gazebo. You know what? A gazebo goes well up here. Just somewhere to get out of the sun, I think would be good, but I also want to do landscaping, so we'll see. Do we have a proper commercial area with downtowns and shops and entertainment? No, we don't yet. This whole area was not meant to be that. This is a high-value residential. The kind of downtown areas are meant to go over here. Like, this is going to be the major big bubble of the city is going to be right here. At least this area of the city is going to be confined into here. This is going to be the big area. This will be other probably sort of filling in with mid-high density residential, but this will be the big commercial downtown zone. The thing about this, and you're welcome to talk if you want, as opposed to typing in chat. The thing is, we have a mod called Realistic Populations. That means that we have to have a lot of residential in order to support the other two features. Where in the vanilla game, you would have a lot of all three. And with this mod, you end up with a lot of residential and not a lot of the others. So it's kind of like strategically placing your other zones into sort of higher importance areas, if you will. Like everyone's more meaningful because you have fewer of them. Every office building. So I'm saving office buildings to go in here. But I'm also going to have some that go in here. But yeah, this is going to be where we put all of our commercial. I do want to have a big commercial area. I want a big town square, like just a full, this size, probably about this big. Not all the way over there, but maybe these 4 little squares right here. I think that's the perfect size for it. Like a 30 by 30 square, just right in the middle of town. Probably pulling this grid over and then finding where we can get that in there. I still like the idea of finding somewhere in here that I can do a channel, a water channel. I want to try and use all of the public transport methods in this city, just to have them, just to practice with them, really. See how do they function, how well do they function, how realistic is it to use them, that sort of thing. Yeah, we'll see. Okay.
Just one more for the road. Ooh, woo.
Cat bitch.
I have food, so I'm gonna finish it.
Okay, good. Go eat. Bus looks like it's having brain problems. Just about was. All right. All right, good deal. So I think, honestly, we have a lot of money. We have a fairly strong income. I think let's just go ahead and pull these, pull this grid out and see kind of how it goes. I don't want the whole city to be gridded. I don't want this grid to just continue forever. It's just going to feel unnatural. I love the idea that we could have more of these sort of flexible, bendy areas around. I'm tempted to say that we can make the town square literally a circle. I had considered turning this grid on a 45 and doing, you know, a diamond, you know, like this. You know, something like that as our downtown area, the center of downtown. And I still like the idea of doing that. Jesus, it's so loud. I definitely like that idea, but I think we need to pull out what is sort of the center road. I still think that one way or another, I'm going to have to bite the bullet on this becoming a 4-lane road. Or this becomes a 4-lane coming out to the left here. This business needs to get moved. I think from this point, there's no way that we don't do a 4-lane road. Yeah, I think there's no way that doesn't happen. Yeah, that one's going to have to get taken care of, but let's just go ahead and get this out here. I don't know how far we really want it to go. It's okay. Let me zone, and I'm fine to let that do a little bit of its own terracing. It went ahead and rebuilt this. I don't want it to be built on that side, though. If we're going to have resident, or if we're going to have commercial here, let's go ahead and have it there. I want it off of this road, Mason Street, not this one. Yeah, this is such a kind of sketchy intersection. I just need to make sure that there's a light here. There's no light here. That's what needs to happen for sure. Let me go ahead and fix that now because that's going to be a nightmare. Mason Avenue does not go all the way down here. Mason Avenue only goes to that intersection and then it's gone. And it is a priority road. This is Mary Avenue now. It is a priority road. Let's check the intersections. No light there. There is a light here because we got 2 collectors touching tips. Okay. So that should be fine from there. Okay. Good deal. So that should work fine for now. We've got this building coming in now, which is good. So that general store is moved over. They're not happy, but they did have to take their building and move it over one space, so I don't blame them for being unhappy about that. Let's go ahead and speed 3 because we get paid the longer we let this idle. Death waves or whatever. Reducing the number of bus riders could be good. I want to make sure that this trolley bus is also working fairly well, that it's not getting backed up, and it's not, so that's good. I probably could reduce the number of buses, but I also think that that's going to be, for this route, I think that's going to be fantastic. This other route will probably be, you know, this whole square. But I just don't know how far out I want to go before. Oh, we got some altitude over here. Okay. This is just a marker, by the way. I'm not worried about it. It looks like it actually lowers Well, this is an artificial dip. Okay. Let's pull that back. That just seems weird. Anyway. Let's pull this grid out just so that we know where those points are. Because from here, it's 480. Which is 12 units down. Let me just pull this down to right there. Because it seems like we're going to have a decent square going around this high school, which is fine. Probably put some more city services down here. We're really just going to pull this out to have 480. We're just going to pull this down so that we have a marker. Yeah, it's 12 units over. You can use the money to determine that distance, though. Okay, so this is the grid we're looking at. I really like the idea of having a diamond. Honestly, probably starting right there. Letting this diamond go up and just be kind of big. And this ends up being sort of a roundabout, but is not round at all. Sort of a straight about. Let's see how that goes. But that's kind of the vision I've had for this area. So this is going to be the point at which we can put stuff together. I do want it to be a 4-lane. I definitely want it to be the decorative tree version, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So this ends up needing to be... From right there, it needs to be exactly like 45 degrees. No, yeah. 135 is exactly right. 135. I don't think it's ever going to be exactly perfect, but that's okay. And then how many units do we want this to be? Sort of units of 10. This is 40. I think that's... Let's do 50. Let's do 50. 50 up, and then we'll immediately have this turn and go 50 units this way. Turn 90 and go 50 units this way. And then connect back in here 50 units, and then get rid of this grid. I definitely think that from there, we sort of have these as quadrants that will grid themselves down. Be able to put in a public park down here, maybe? There we go. A few options. I definitely think it's going to be good that we have a collector that goes the 45 down here. Like, have this connection, I think, is just perfect. I think that makes sense. I think there's also an argument for having this thing do a big old curve that goes like this. You know, and then goes in like that. Maybe even going down here. I want it to be a real, like, 90-degree insert there. See, I think that's pretty good. This can go up and either connect in here to create a 4, or it could just go across on its own, which I think we should. That would give us a direct highway integration into this part of town. I like the idea, just for the sake of being able to mark it, that we're going to go like halfway down if we can, which I think that's exactly half. Halfway down to make a cross. Halfway down, make a cross, get across there. We got 4 quadrants, and I honestly think that if we can get away with doing something like this, just off by 1 there, and I think make this a cul-de-sac, you know? This ends up being the inner diamond. This is what I'm looking for. This intersection ends up being purely for things like plazas. We don't end up actually driving on this at all. I do like the idea that maybe there is, you know, a road that goes like this, or there's a road that these guys can sort of bow together like this, but I want there to be unused space here in the middle. I really want there to be now, you know, I could put a park there or something like that, you know. I could use those corners. If I were to connect these like that, I would end up with the designations in there that I'm looking for. Kind of like that idea. But no, I like this. I think this is going to be interesting. I do have to wonder how... Yeah, because I do want this to just be open, you know. I don't know what I want to put there, but I do want to put something there. something like an Apollo Square, but, you know, maybe we put a university here. Maybe not an actual, like, full university, though. Maybe we shouldn't even think about doing that. You know? There's a lot of stuff that could fit in here. Like, maybe we could put one of our special buildings, one of these gigantic special buildings. What even is this one? A department store. If we wanted this to be a commercial down to, oh man, a winter market at the center. Whoa, this is tempting. A winter market doesn't make sense for us. Trip X launch site's not happening. I really like the idea of there being this gigantic department store down here. You know, picking one dominant side and letting it have a curved entrance like this. Hold on, let me take a look. I'd want to do something like, let's see if this will work. Exactly like this. Pretty sure that's where I want this to go. It's not symmetrical, hold on. It went over too far. I need to do you. That's symmetrical, there we go. So now I should be able to place that right off of it. You know, get it as perfect as we can. I think that's gonna be about as close as we can get, maybe a tiny bit to the left here. I think that's it. Nope, that's off. I think that's good. There we go. Hey T, my residents would want to live in the cul-de-sac? Yes, they would. Yeah, you know, I think this is good with pedestrian parkways and or walkways and parks and stuff. They're like trees and shit. A little fountain up front, something super fucking bougie. I think get rid of the grass and have this just be a small pavilion area, you know? Let's take a look at our parks. Can we fit an honest-to-God park in there anywhere? No, but we could fit other stuff. I like the idea of this not having any buildings in it, but this thing just being packed with high-density commercial, high-density office buildings. No residential in here, but you can get residential on the outside. High-density residential could be on the outside of the diamond. And that's what the rest of this is really going to be for, because we don't need that much commercial. If we do need more commercial, I might reserve this side of the inside of the diamond to be for commercial. We'll have to see. But I also like the idea that we can have this develop as a diamond and then have, you know, flip the grid. Flip the grid at this point. I think that could just be nice. Over here, get into an area that's kind of loosey-goosey with the roads. We completely lose the grid by this point. You know, over here, it was pragmatic to have a grid. We gave them, in the terraced area, you don't really get to grid into it. You're just trying to get to maximize the space you're handed, but the curvature of the geography. So that's what we've done here. It's still as much of an organized space as it can be, but we relented to the shape of the terrace. Over here, though, I think we just give up the idea of a grid entirely, you know? Thirst tax? Ah, you would, cat, bitch. Okay. I like the idea that we let the grid develop this way. Okay, let's go ahead and bring the water line like this. Let's go turn off all of our... We're going to also rename this little inlet here as well. Perfect. Don't bitch me, bitch cat. There we go. Get these four corners. We have the money. I don't know why I'm paused. We have the money to be able to... Oh, I don't want this building to have problems with it. People will still drive over here to the... It was the first building put over here. Of course it was. I don't want anyone to have any misunderstandings or misgivings about what this place is all about. We'll just connect that into the grid now. So now we've got that. Probably we'll have to run over some power lines, but we'll probably develop some residential in this area. How are our services, by the way? Electricity is looking a little bit rough. We have the money to be able to do some really nice geothermal plants, which do not cause pollution. I do not have a problem putting this over here. I think, if anything, it would be a good addition. It causes no pollution. It does produce a lot of energy. I think it's nice if it's... It almost looks like it could be an industrial building for agriculture. I kind of like that idea. If I were to put a tiny road right there and then build them off that, that would work even better. I think I'm going to do that and have some geothermal buildings right here. I think it'll be nice. It just needs to, it doesn't need to be that long. I don't know how far it needs to be, though. We'll do that for now and just see if that works. I'm sure it will get me access to what I want. Let's put down 2 of them. It's $1,000 a week, maybe not 2 of them. Let's put down 1, though, for sure. It just seems like it fits so well. And we'll have all of the power supply that we would have otherwise been lacking, maybe. So that'll be good. No geothermal, it's just a little bit noisy. The corn will be rocking out to the sounds of a geothermal power plant. So yeah, we've got plenty of electricity at this point. I'm not worried about it at all. Maybe worth having some other, like, fire safety up here at some point. We'll see. The corn's just jamming out, man. Fucking wiggling. All right. So we've got our stuff over here except for power. Let's go ahead and get it connected so that people want to come over here and shop, because that's literally all I care about. Let me see. Yeah, I can run this down the center of the street, which is nice. Which I definitely want to do. Okay, it's all connected. Very good. Honk, honk. All right, perfect, because we can still put small parky things like over here. Like we could put one there and then sort of wiggle a road over to it. Or do it like put it here for move it and then actually just shove it over. Like that, which would be fine. Rotate it too. I think that's the big thing, if I could rotate it, you know. It doesn't let you just rotate the asset, but with move it, I'm pretty sure I could put it right there and nudge it over to where it's in the corner, and then we build a pedestrian walkway to it right down the center. Because that's pretty much what's going to happen here. Let me go ahead and designate all of this. Let me go in and do some landscaping, flatten this stuff out, do any feathering that needs to be done. Just get it to the point where it's not going to be a problem for us to work with it. That's going to be fine. I don't mind this slight change there. It's really just a rounding issue. Okay, so now I want to make sure I get my paths in there. Let me figure out what path I want to use. I want to make this area look nice, you know? Ritzy. The idea is that we want this to be high class. University pathing may be what we end up using later. For now, though, I think we might just go with a park path with decorations. This is going to look nice. It's going to give people places to sit. Amusement park path is going to look not as nice. I don't like the trees that get used there. All right, turn this stuff all off. And we are going to put a path from here. How close can I... Oh, it is a connect. There's a connector here. Okay. I do want... this path to continue... Yeah, to do something like this. No. Okay, I don't want to actually connect to that node, but I do love that it exists. We're going to go ahead and put our own node right out here and see how this works. Fairly well. I feel like I could get away with doing this. Let me see where that node is and then go just kind of right outside. Yes. Let's go ahead and straighten this guy out too. On that back side. See, this doesn't really connect in that well. I wonder... Yeah, that one probably could have just done that. Let me go ahead and undo this. This one could just be taken straight to the corner. Okay, that works. And then from here, I think that we have a path that will go... I mean, I really kind of wanted this to be sort of a wiggly path, but I'm just not seeing that happen. I think that we're going to have a path that goes straight there up to the front of this. Which it doesn't have to be perfect, it has to be perfect, you know. How well does that work? No, that's not bad. No, I want it farther away. It's a shame that that doesn't actually connect in either. And we'll just pull this over as well. I think that works well. You know, get the pathway right up to it. That could be good. Yeah, we need more corn. I don't disagree. Definitely more corn. Not quite connecting there. This one is... Why couldn't this one connect? I feel like we're better off for using the assets nodes that it already has. Honestly, I feel like this one just goes straight into the corner. Let it do what it clearly wants to do, you know? No need to force our own design onto it. Because there's an entrance right here. I feel like it would just make too much sense for us to go ahead and do, you know, do that, take the movement mods, nudge this thing forward a little bit. I think that just makes too much sense. Yeah, I mean, let's keep it simple because there are so many opportunities for us to do really crazy wild shit, but we don't have to, you know? We can just do normal shit for once. Babe. There we go. Let's pull this in because it just doesn't want to match up with that walkway there for some reason. This needs to be nudged too because this is a connection nightmare. Okay, there we go. I like that each of these paths, except for these side ones, have 2 trees on them. You know, there's a bit of symmetry there. Let me see how these can connect now too. This I definitely want to do a little wiggly. But I want to find some standard points to use as my connector. You know, I don't love that. This I like a lot more. That I like a lot more. Yeah, see, that feels much better. Use that as our connecting point. That's a good one. That little grid point is just beautiful to be able to use. I think it's this one we're using. Or is it this one? It's going to be that one for sure now. Was it that one? Oh, no. I feel like I got it wrong. It's okay. No one's ever going to notice if we got that wrong, okay? Chat will know, but chat doesn't count. And then that just goes right in there. I mean, it just feels... Okay, this one connects in much lower than this one does. Let me... I mean, I'll see the error here. Yeah, this one's just wrong. It connects better, though, right there on this side. All right, let me go ahead and get in there and do this. There we go. Yeah, I think it ends up being about there. We barely have time to be able to get that. It's still lower than this side is. Yeah, it's still lower. I don't know why I'm keeping it so low. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because now this node exists. That's a problem. Take that node out and we should be able to make this work. Get this. I think that turn is what we're looking for. It nudges those trees up a little bit, but that's okay. And this does end up being a very straight... We might as well just take it as a straight path from that point. It's going to be the only one that's going to really connect well. Okay. And I want to... I really want this to be paved. I am going to put this here. Just because I like the idea of having that walkway. I hate that little concrete bit. I wonder if I can get this just long enough to have 2 trees. Now, you gotta be a long boy to get 2 trees, never mind. Okay. Because now we can come in and do a little bit more landscaping for ourselves, but I like this idea as a framework for what goes back here. What I want to do is definitely some flower beds. Some other decorative trees that are, you know, obviously not natural to this area. A little bit whimsical. You know, we could do a 4 Seasons motif if we wanted to, for sure. I don't want there to be anything big in here, though. I don't want to obstruct the view of anything. I do like the idea of, you know, having a line of plants out front. I can almost get 4 in here. Probably only going to get 3. Probably just be happy with 3. Yeah. I can place them manually, and I think I will here. Let's see. I do like the idea of having these guys in front here. These look nice, I think. There we go. What? Excuse me. No sleeping on the job, Fern. Get the fuck back out there. Are we going super bougie? Oh, you better believe it, dude. This is the one place in town where you're going to go if you want to just be reminded that you are losing the class war. This is it. I would love to have... I would love to have the ability to put in more water features. Would love the ability to put in bigger fountains. Like, you only got access to a couple fountains, and it just feels so shitty. You know, there are a couple of these trees that looked really nice. The alders, I think, were the ones. Tree stump. Oh, shit. Nice. Tree stump is cute, though. No sleep, only pain. I know. That's what it's gonna be, dude. There is no... Because these canals are massive. I mean, if we look at them over here, this is what we're building. They're huge. You can fill them with water, though. There is the quay wall. There's also a flood wall, which doesn't necessarily help anything. These things are huge. And they only get wider. I mean, this is cool, but it's not doing what I really would want it to do. Oh, we have another little retaining wall there. Nice. That's not bad. Maybe for a poor... Yeah, this is our nice retaining wall. And a smaller retaining wall, kind of a curb. Nice, that's good. Yeah, we could build a pool like that for sure. I hadn't even considered using that as a pool. A gigantic pool, but a pool. Maybe at the university campus we'll put a gigantic... It's as big as this entire fucking shopping mall. I just wish there were more water features. I think I'm able to place water. I don't want a water source, though. But I was pretty sure that there was a way to just plop water down. Because in vanilla, you have to use a pump, but I don't want to do that. I want to be able to control the amount of water that goes into the pool. Just dig out a trench and put water in it kind of thing. I'd love to be able to do that. I think that would be excellent. I suppose we could use some of these assets if we really wanted to. A tunnel entrance block. Well, we also actually have tunnel entrances, which... I mean, obviously we're not going to use them here, but I'm still thinking of other places where we could. As far as the park is concerned, I like the idea of there being outdoor restrooms. Maybe a cafe out here, like this kind of shit. Really bougie shit. You know, it kind of barely fits in some of these areas, potentially. We'd have to build them on the outside, which I don't want to do. But I also like the idea that we could put stuff in the corner there, you know? Just like this. Just right on the corner of that street. It's not going to happen here, though. Do want to, however, have that line of grass. Oh, is it going to go over the road if I do this? Ew! Okay, never mind. I thought it would go under the road. I do want to use some of these guys, though, because I want there to be color. Just want there to be color. This is a little bit too thick. There we go. Do you want there to be a little bit of color? I'm sorry, now they're orange? Please no. Especially over here where it's like there's just no kind of edge. It just ends. There we go. Put some of these down. I think I might even put a fence over here just as a sort of suggestion. I can just barely fit these in here. Let's get like 3 on every length here. I'll be able to fit as many on this side. Interesting. I will. They'll just be a little bit tighter. They're also not exactly where they need to be, but that's okay, chat. Just let me live my life. Now that one, never mind. Don't let me live my life. That looks ugly. It's because this isn't perfectly centered. I'm gonna blame that. It's not my fault, Chad. I really don't even want it that close to the path. I really think just 2 is appropriate for this. Just blame Major. That's my plan, honestly. Get Major in here and yell at him. I told you it was a grid of 3, not a grid of 2. Oh. And then move everything over by 1. I lament the fact that these are turning so much, you know? It feels like every time I place them, they kind of wiggle around. Which makes it really difficult to place them, you know, accurately at all. Yeah, this area definitely has 3 comfortably here on the front, and then the back end only gets 2. I just want to have them there as a little bit of color. I like the idea that the pathway... I don't know if I want to use this one. I hate the fact that And it just... I feel like I want to make a bogus pathway out here, just like do this. Hear me out. And then I want to drag this, you know, right there. Get the other one and drag it and just be like right there. Like the nodes won't connect, which is unfortunate, but like I just want to have a pathway that goes along there and makes that clean. It's not going to happen though. We have to live in the reality that is before us and not the reality that we want. But I do think that there's some value in having other planty things. I think having a couple areas to put... Like I want ground plants. I want to be able to dig a tiny little trench. You know, I like the idea that there's maybe some of this stuff around here. Maybe? I don't know. I just feel like I need to break it up. Just having it as a lawn isn't necessarily great, though. Maybe that's the point. It's just grass. It's just grass. I mean, we could put rocks out here. This, you know, I feel like anything we do out there would just be blocking vision. I do like the idea of having a nice fence, but not a super tall one. You know, that's too tall. We want people to walk in. We just want them to do it on our terms. The park fence isn't too tall. No, it probably is. Yeah, all of these are going to be too tall. I kind of like the idea of this fence. That way we could, like, pretend that they have gates and they lock down the premises at the end of the night. We'll put it right on the end there, too. They'll maybe get this lined up where it's a little closer to parallel from the street. And maybe put some flowers down there at the front. Maybe just line this whole thing with bushes, too. It definitely makes it feel a little ominous, right? To have the fence there. I think having something like this, though, would be very nice. And I think that plants are just bushes. Absolutely will be the answer. Small trees, shrubs like this might be good. Big bush. It's a little tall, though, honestly. Leafy full. Lumpy standard. These are way too big. We want a small... pine plant? No, a little bit bigger than that. Regular bush. Still too small. I really am asking for... Oh, column trees? Oh, these would look great, dude. I wonder if I downgraded the paths and put my own trees in there, if I'd feel better about it. Not going to get one more in there for sure. So probably pull this over a little bit so it's at least kind of symmetrical. One more? Oh, yeah. Right there. Perfect. I don't know if that even looks good, you know? Move, damn you. No, I think these trees just don't go. My damn middle mouse button is dying. It doesn't register all the time, so I can't turn the camera easily. I feel like smaller plants, but still plants, you know? Maybe these bushes are the answer. We've kind of already started the pattern there. Let me take a look at oh, geez. Okay, never mind. I thought it was a bush. These look like about the right size. Maybe a little bit large still. Something in between the two, man, I'm telling you. Flower beds. We really only have like 2 or 3 types of flower beds, and they're just meh. It's these guys, you know? I feel like I've already used them as a border. Maybe bigger flower beds is the answer. Because these are just like, these are moss and shit. This is not really what we're looking for. I feel like I need to go to the workshop and... Oh, hedge! Never mind. We have hedge walls. Can I get these in a line nicely? Oh. Yes, I can. That's the answer. I can. I think that's the answer. With a tiny fence behind them, so like this goes in front of the fence, I think that ends up being alright. Yeah, I think that could work. Okay. moved over a little bit. I ended up getting kind of aggro there. Hold up, what are you doing? Give me just the one. That one will just be off. That's okay. This guy, I think, is just going to be nudged inside his neighbor. You know, I really could just pull that away and let it be a little bit farther away from his friend. Okay, let's do that. Let's get our line back out here. That's good. That's where I want that. Oh, it goes right up to it, too. Nice. Okay, let's do this and see how that works. Pull it out a little bit. There we go. This is fine. We can have that pulled back a little bit from the edge. It's not going to be, you know, perfect, and I'm okay with that. I really am. It's more about just kind of getting it close-ish. It's just a suggestion, you know. It's not really a fence. It's just kind of a visual border, mostly for us at the area level, to say, hey, something is there, which I think is definitely valuable. You could probably do another hedge right across here. But these flower beds could serve the same function. They're just not pretty. That's the only problem with them. They're just ugly. I want more flower assets. I really do. Flower beds, hedge, plant assets. I feel like I need to go look for a bunch of those. There we go. Okay, so we are working on the shopping center over here. It's sort of the commercial pinnacle of the city. We've got our office, corporate office pinnacle of the city at Apollo Square here. But we're going to make this the business center of the entire city. The mall. Actually, I think I unironically want to put some parking garages over here. I think unironically parking garage. I don't know where they are, but they're in here somewhere. We have full-on garages, too. Yeah, these are cool, too. I like these. God, where were they? Where were the parking garages? Jesus. I'll never know. Damn, dude. Yeah, cart kiosks to go out there. We do have a couple of those, like food trucks. Couple of them. We only really have literally the one food truck asset. Here's the one little trailer asset that we have. There is a kiosk store that we could do something like that. But, you know, there isn't enough for me to feel like I could put a few in here and not end up just being copy-paste. Here we go. Maybe we have other assets like that that are in these guys. Like, that seems like a decent asset to put down. This little tree that's got a seating on it. Like, it feels like an awesome thing to put over here. I like these round tables. Yeah, stuff like this probably would work. Stuff that you'd put in the arcade at the amusement park could still be put here. I wonder if there's stuff like that for the zoo. Not very much here. Nature Reserve, I know, probably doesn't have anything. It's just outhouses and shit. Okay. There is parking, like parking spaces we can put in there. Fountains for sure I want, but like these fountains are fucking tiny. These are just tiny fountains. I want a big girthy fountain, man. I want something that's worthy of being put over here. I also want to put it in the pathway, and I know that we can, so I'm going to put these down on the four corners here and move them into the path to move it. That way we could do a little bit of cheese sculpting. I know it'll be it's rid of it. The path overrides it. That's so sad. Never mind. I thought I had done that somewhere. I had moved a fountain into a pedestrian pathway and it worked. Seems like we could try and get some of these snuck in here somewhere. Then again, I'm just kind of adding things for the sake of adding them because I don't know really what to put in there. I don't want to keep fucking with it, though. I don't want to compromise. I'm probably going to get rid of the flower beds, too, because I can hear you in YouTube going, that's ugly! I know. I know, dude. I don't want them there. Okay. I don't know where my parking garages are. That's my problem. You know, they might be in industry. A bakery? Why would they be in industry? Why would they be here? Okay. You'd think they'd be in the transportation hub kind of thing, like this is where the mod would put them, but they didn't. God knows where this stuff is. Oh, there they are, parking garages. Yeah, 8-story. I don't know if I want it that high, but yeah, I do like the idea that there is a parking garage back here. This is the one that we used at the nature reserve. And there's this guy. Stop. We don't need this overlay. This overlay doesn't help us. I like the idea that there's one big parking garage. You know, maybe right over here, and then you walk. You walk into the. Yeah, I really want to put it to the side here, just like this. It's gonna knock out all that zoning, though. Is the only problem. I think putting it here is good because yeah, I think right there is good. Maybe 2 parking garages, one on either side. I feel like that makes the most sense. Here we go. Yeah, that's fine. I don't hate that at all. That should be fun. Maybe it should be symmetrical to the building, and this guy gets moved over here. I think it probably makes more sense for it to be there. You know, the mall is flanked by 2 parking garages. But this whole thing over here is meant to be a massive commercial square just for itself. I don't have high density zoning yet, so that's not even really something I can do for the most part. But I do want to start looking at the 2-lane roads that we could put in here. And I am going to start upgrading roads soon. Let's turn all this on. Right there is in between. I like the idea that this comes down at 135. And then it connects in there. And then we are able to get this grid to continue from there, which is nice. So if we go from this corner, down 100, well, how far down is the grid? It ended up being 480. So yeah, this ended up being square over here. If we do 480 to right there, this comes out to 480 as well. Then it should just be 90 degrees up there. It's not exact, but it's pretty damn close. This ends up being the first block around this. I mean, from there we could continue a standard grid if we wanted to. This could even go across just like that. This could continue down to this point and then go across, and we just get a weirdo district there, or a weirdo block, which I'm fine with, totally fine with. You know, where it meets, these 2 grids meet, it doesn't have to be terribly clean. I like the idea that this grid persists, like we get rid of these lines. This grid persists until the back of this. Yeah, I think we don't worry about trying to get these horizontals. I don't think any of that needs to happen. I think that we let this be the prevailing size. I like that it goes into right there. I think that that's just a good spot for that to happen. The only reason we have this one coming down to do that is that I don't want another thing coming off of this intersection. Because that would end up being the same thing up here, which is just a fucking nightmare. I'm going to do it real quick just because I want to know how bad it really would look. Oh, yeah. People are dying at this intersection. Oh, yeah. This is an intersection designed to kill people. Oh, my God. Horrible. I gotta get my power set up. I took out a power line there. Hilarious in how bad that would be. Like, part of me does want to make it as bad as possible, just to know we could, you know. Yeah, I really like the idea of this grid just going A. By the way, I'm here now. I do think that there's value in, you know, how are these things going to come together ultimately? That's something we need to figure out. I think that it's realistic that we'll probably have junctions like this, but I also think that we can allow them to go, you know, and do that. That was really pretty, and then it turned to ugly the second I committed to it. What the hell? What happened there? No, it's just ugly. Never mind. Okay. I hate that I have to get rid of that building if I do that. And the idea that there's almost a Y split that happens here to get to that junction. This comes through and does the same thing here. And then it becomes the way that the rest of the block is fixed. It's just like this. This ends up being a very tight block. But it's meant to be high density. I mean, that's what this is for. But this would come down that way at that point. So then we probably end up with a... Is this block longer? Hold on. It's 520. It's 520, no. This ends up being 480. So these two outer blocks are a little bit longer than this one, than these two center ones. I don't dislike it at all. I think that we get some very big... I think they're called parcels? Anyway, I think that we get some really big sections if we do it that way, and that we can still have this massive density. Let's see how far, because this is 400. Oh, it's only 400. And that just goes there. Oh, look at that, you know? Oh, we're doing laundry today. Oh, nice. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but apparently we're doing laundry while I'm streaming. The other side of the wall here is the washing machine. So if you hear it, thanks to the roommates. All right, let's just fill this grid out. Kind of just on the... So why did that end up being so short? 400. Because this one's longer. These two ones right here are longer, but then they get really short again. Which, this is 8. It's 8 by 8 cells. That is really tight. I don't mind it at all. It's just that for continuing it, it ends up being where from this point down, we need to be consistent. So yeah, let's go ahead and do 40. 400. And then let's figure out how these are going to connect in. Like, this is probably going to end up not exactly straight down. It probably will just be straight down. Probably will be curving into that node right there. Like, I'm not committing to this either. I just kind of want to see what happens if we commit to this setup that we have here. This ends up needing to go there. See, it just ends up being a little off in a really awkward way. Like, each of these needs to go down and then curve into the right and connect in, you know? This needs to go down and then curve in to right there. Or probably this needs to go down to here and curve. Does it curve in there? I feel like it should. We should continue this grid. We just kind of warp it. We just turn the grid is what we're doing here. But it's like this doesn't line up really well with any of these streets. It lines up kind of in the middle. Let's see. I'm not sure. I feel like this needs to be standardized. Like, it needs to all be, you know, 400, 400, which this is 400. This is 480 down. It's just that that's the distance that we got here. I like the way that this first diamond is set up. I like the way that that is set up. What we're doing after that point ends up being a damn nightmare. I just gotta like, I want to sit and look at it for a minute and figure out what I want to do with it. Because there are a few valid options. Oh, we love that sound. We love that sound. Yeah, I wanted to play that grid out and see where it went. I didn't like where it went. This stuff all probably can get deleted and get moved. I'm willing to get rid of these businesses. Let's figure out these major threads. Like, we know these roads are going to end up connecting into the main street. And I want to do that where I want to figure out where they're going to connect. Like, I feel like that's where it's going to connect, but I don't want to do it like that. I'm going to keep it as straight as it can be. Maybe we have it connect on an angle. Maybe that's what it does, and we just let it be an angle there instead of having to have nice curves. I mean, I've driven down roads that were like that. It was, you know, it didn't kill me. It tried to, but it didn't do it. You know, until we meet that point. Yeah, right there. And it goes up into the middle. And then we grid that out. Here does the same thing until it comes in contact with this street. And it goes across. Not you, you. And then we do the same thing here, and it just ends up being a little square. Maybe even this one can do something like that. Like, let's figure out how far down we want this to go. Maybe it's going to be here in the middle, and that's a very narrow block. I don't like that idea, but I don't hate it either. That feels much better just because we know that we're getting a dense block, which is nice. Because with this, it's going to go all the way down. This doesn't connect to this road. It's going to go down and probably, oh man, maybe... It's not going to do that. That's too steep an angle to come into that street. I almost feel like what's going to happen is this is going to go straight down and connect in there. So let's just give it a curve. Which I'm guessing at this point, you know, as to the kind of curve that's needed to make this feel nice. And it wants to snap to some other shit, of course. This is so not curved to the point that is that even really worth it? Do we want to make another intersection at that curve? Do we even want to do that? I'm not sure. I don't mind that there's this area that's open, like in these corners. I don't mind that. I don't feel the need to put in another block there, except for maybe over here. I think right there is fine at that intersection. I don't feel the need to block this, but maybe vertically. And then maybe that's how it goes down. I don't love this, but I can't say that I hate it that much either. Which I suppose, just by extension, we'd want to do, God, oh yeah, if that did come over just a tiny bit more. Both of these, if they came over just a tiny bit more. This I hate, that road right there is all. These roads, though, I feel like are serving a function to give access. This just ends up being such an unruly, nasty little area that I think I'm working too hard to try and keep these straight angles. And what should probably be happening is, you know, letting it curve. Let it curve. And then have a street there. Because if we give this the same treatment up above, I think we'll find that there's a fairly decent, like just those two roads need to go. I think what's going to happen is we are going to get rid of, oh, I didn't want that to be straight. Oh, fuck off. Now see, I would hate to do that, but if we let that be just a rounded curve, I think we'd, let's just see what a curved, I don't really like any of this. I don't really like any of this. Because this, I feel, needs to go like down here and then just turn in like that. Like, we could definitely do this. There's something wrong with it. Ugh. End phrase right. This is not working. Part of it is that I've got to get around this school too. I need to, like... Maybe we don't separate a grid. Maybe we only do it for a couple blocks, and then from there we just make it merge into a normal, not insane asylum road sign, you know? Maybe do a couple blocks of this high-density residential through here, and then, you know, this will connect out normally, where it goes straight down, just like this does, and then it goes across. Whatever that ends up being, you know, take this across. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you snapping like this? You know, just something like that. This ends up going down and covering this way. And we fill out the length. Oh, Jesus. No, don't cinematic camera that. That ain't worth it. We're not keeping this, by the way, obviously. But just showing it like this, and then it just continues down. For this diamond, yeah, we're gonna let it do. We're gonna let it do that. But then at this point, we're not doing any more diagonal. We are just gonna go down another unit, and then we're gonna go just south. Much like this build has done in the last few hours. And from there, it's just a standard grid out, you know, just the line here, really connecting that street down to this, and then filling in diagonal until then. I'm doing great, Infray. It's good to see you, friend. So let's maybe figure out what that's going to look like. What we can do is take these and send them up a certain amount, you know, 720. Let's go 720 out here. Let's go 720 out here. 760? Nope. Oh, 680 or 760. That's all you get. 620? No. Fuck off, dude. 720. 720 here. I don't want to... Ugh. Okay, you. 720. And then you. Not you. You, right there. You're the one. 720. Kind of arbitrary there, isn't it? I like the idea of using those standard road lengths, but then you end up with some fucking weirdo roads. Let's just see what it looks like, you know? I don't know why these are so close all of a sudden. Is it the zoom level? No. Because, like, I want to use these guys as my guides. Let's just look. They're getting closer, dude. There's some, like, logarithmic bullshit going on here. I guess I don't understand how streets work nearly as well as I thought I did. Yeah, because these end up... It's crazy. It's because of how much it's curving. That's the problem. Maybe pick 3 streets to go through. Just 3. Maybe 4. And we'll do 720. Not 760, you fuckboy. There we go. I think this one was very successful in helping us get that guide length. This one was good, but a little close. I mean, it doesn't have to be a standard distance. I like the idea of this one. Like, I want it to feel like it's about a road length apart, you know, right there. And then one more in the middle. Let's just see what it does. This doesn't have to end up being part of a grid, you know. This is just meant to help us get some standard distance from that main noodle road as we connect this guy in. So we just do that into... Hello? Really? I guess. Man, in my head, this looked so good, you know? But at the junction between the merging of these two grids is where it all breaks down for me. What needs to happen is, like, at this point, we just need this road to go straight. Like, we need to find what our major roads are going to, like, our boundary roads. This fucker, just yoink right in there. And then the rest of this has to figure out how to merge into it, because I don't have patience for that shit, yeah? Like... We bring this down and sure, go there all you want. And then you've got it. You know, and then this guy can merge this way, just like that, and that's fine. I don't mind this being open. I like a little bit of open space. I think that's part of the charm of this area. This curves down, goes into a 90. That's great. This one can come down and then curve down into a 90. That's great as well. That's fine and dandy. You know, I don't mind that at all. I think that there's a great opportunity for us to get this in here, and then it curves down behind the school and destroys it. Fucking kills the school. I think that we can make that work. And then this guy comes down and connects in as well. Like, that's not terrible. I think that we're probably better off if we let one of these guys go. God, I just want this fucker to connect down. Just right there. Make it a three-way streak. Like, come on. Stop. Is it too short if it does that? Like, what? I feel like I need to take this road and connect it all the way through, but I just don't, because I don't know why. I just don't. This is a minor road. It would, okay. It wouldn't kill us. Feels like it will. Wouldn't kill us to do. Please, mister, I want to live. Why is my, it's not even snapping to angle. Both of these are 90 apparently. One of them is not 90, game. One of them is like 89 and a half, you fucker. Apparently these are also both 90. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the best place to have an intersection. It's farthest from the other two, but like, this is the best spot for my sanity to have an intersection. But this is the point at which they merge. I just can't get it to connect. It goes, can we just get away with this? Hold on. Will it just let me do that and be happy? I think it will. I almost feel like this needs to continue down to this as well. That ends up being such a small little section there. And then this will connect in just nicely like that. I promise it'll be nice. We'll have to get rid of that business, but that's fine. They knew the risk when they built in my city. They knew the risk. Where the hell do I want this one to connect to? Really? That? See, I don't like any of that. This just ends up being really awful. If I were to put a bigger building there, though, I mean, I could if there's like not a hospital, not a school, but yeah, maybe a hospital. Build a small little bit of stuff around it. Like, this is meant to be a visual buffer before the high density bullshit that goes on back here. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that it starts to break down. I really don't. I don't mind that it begins to break down. I just don't want it to be an actual hot fucking mess. It is, but you know. Honestly, though, this maybe. That's probably the only realistic way to get that in there at all. We at least got 2 of these roads to bend down nicely. The rest of them are fucking awful. Although, honestly, if we were to take this and then bend it down parallel to that, we might end up in a better position. It's just the 3rd lane out. I don't hate this. Of all the things we've looked at, this one I don't hate. I should. I should. But I don't. I don't. Because at this point, I think that we can have a really interesting thing where it's the standard vertical sort of piano keys, if you will, going through here. Straight down to this bottom road. God help me. Let's just take it down. Don't meow at me, you whore. Okay, let's do this. And then why would you ever curve it that way? That's fine. We're just gonna have to listen. This is our life now. This road fucking sucks, and we just have to accept it. And we're gonna let these be some big girthy blocks apparently, because we got nothing else we could ever. Fuck off. Oh, please, just stop hurting me. I guess that's going straight. Oh, Jesus. This is a road, y'all. Because there is no way in hell I am making them that close. Stop snapping. Stop. I'm gonna fucking snap here in a minute. It's gonna be me, chat. Please. Have mercy. Not bad. Okay, that's much less bad. Life of a cities planner. Oh boy. Like in real life, I feel like I could just slip a construction worker a 20 and tell him, build the road like this. And then they can't just go, but boss. No, they'll be like, hey, thanks. And then they get the fuck to work. That is so close for 2 intersections to be in. This is going to be a big block. I'm fine with that. This one, okay, hear me out. Hear me out, okay? We've given up all hope. So we're just going to do shit like that. Actually, I think this is the same thing we do over here. Ho, ho, ho! Not bad. Oh, it's awful. But we're gonna pretend that that is great. And I'm a goddamn genius. You see it, don't you? The future. No, that's terrible. That one right there is awful. We have no curved roads on this side, and then all of a sudden we do. No. Why is... Hold on. What the fuck have you done? Hello? We're fine. I won't call it beautiful, but I will call it functional. It's kind of like when if you had some netting that got tangled. Welcome. It's designed like a casino. You're not meant to know how to get out of here. You're not meant to know how to leave. Because you're not supposed to. You're meant to come in and be like, ooh, I'm going to go spend $50. And then you go in there and you're stuck. $10,000 later, you finally found your way out. That's how that's supposed to go. Nothing else. Jesus. All right, let's get our water out. Once I put water lines down, we're committed, by the way. You have until like 5 seconds from now to tell me not to do it. And then I'm probably going to do it anyway. Because I kind of like the chaos of it. Just follow the street until a turn. Easy. Hug the right wall. That's the strat. Don't tell anyone I told you. That's just between us. All right. So there's nothing a school loves more than being surrounded by water mains. I'll do that. I'm fine with that. It's getting a little sketchy. There, we've planned for a little bit of redundancy. Let's go ahead and do that just to make sure. We've planned for a little bit of redundancy. What's not to love? It should be fine. Let's just... Yeah, okay. We don't need any more there. We do need some more over here, though. Which, honestly, we're just going to come in and do this street here. I really like the idea of having this additional line right behind the parking garage. That feels not awful. Oh, road infrastructure's been overviewed by IKEA. Yeah, this was really simple in my head. Then I sat down to start looking at the manual, and I ended up building a fucking Maserati. Except it's all plastic and it's only 3 inches long, so it doesn't really do me any good. Overall, though, not bad. I'd buy it again. Fucking IKEA. Just wanted a bookshelf. Ended up building a shower. Who knew? They do it differently over there, clearly. Fuck's sake, dude. Listen, we got one quadrant of the Diamond City downtown, okay? Yeah, that's not bad. I think we should district it, though. This is going to be its own district. The center will be its own district. We'll have this as a district. That will be a district. This will be its own little district. It's also fucking cute. We'll have another collector road that goes up to the left, like this. And then probably one that wraps around the back. And then maybe one more down the middle, just to say we have that connection. District, 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 district. That'll be good. Probably should go ahead and take that collector up north. Oh. Get it to be the exactly 135 that we're looking for. Cool. Probably could have made it where it was parallel from up here. No. Oh, fucking chills. Now we've got to figure out how this shit comes together, which I'm feeling like we're going to do a little bit of terraforming. I kind of want to put this in as a terrace, like an upper terrace. Like it comes up like this does. It ends up being kind of up. I like the idea that the highway is in a canyon where we're going to actually just take the highway from this altitude and just cut it through, because that happens a lot in Texas. And then we have pedestrian pathways that go over the highway. Really kind of like that idea. You see a lot where the highways have done that. Out closer on the west side of the Metroplex. I mean, like west, like Weatherford, out of the Metroplex. You'll find all the highways were just dug through with dynamite. At some point, the settlers were like, ah, fuck it. All right, let's check this, by the way. It should be a priority road. I don't know why I have to keep checking that. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no, turn all these off. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we're good there. Okay. Priority road. Take me home. There we go. Fucking click on it, you bitch. I do think a light is good there. We'll put a stop sign on these intersections here. I think that is fair to have a light right there. Like a three-way definitely should have stoplights on it. Perfect. But then that's basically it for what we have already placed. Yeah, I think there's not a light there. We will have stop signs, though, on either side. This will definitely be a light coming through here. That'll be a light, and then eventually where these reconnect is a light as well, but everything else is just going to be basically stop signs. I wish there was a yield sign. I think yield is just... Yeah, yield is just not putting anything down. It becomes a yield. Go if there's nothing in your way. Forehead. Because that never goes wrong. Okay, there we go. I kind of want to fill this in too, because I feel like this is going to be an interesting area to try and figure out what the hell is going to happen over there. I've given myself some options. Not good ones, but options. Okay, I think I want to maybe build a little bit of this. Because I want to put some like garbage collection down here too. Because I don't want to add more, like another recycling center over here. These poor houses would be so happy to get rid of this shit. Because I want this island to be kind of where the dirty industries are, fishing. I could put all of my city, like garbage collection over here. Cemetery usage is getting up pretty high as well. And somehow we only have 250,000. We spent like $400,000 dues on all this. Wow. Okay. That's fine. I think, honestly, let's start zoning. I'm not going to put any of the commercial down. But I will put in the residential because I feel like having more people is going to be fine. We can easily fill in the city services as needed. We're not going to put any residential on this block, but we will up against it. Eventually, this stuff will largely get rezoned into high density, but we'll start high density around this, and as needed, we'll continue to expand it there. There we go. That's fine. Still got plenty of time. I don't think we're going to go too much longer, though. I'm getting fatigued, and I have a lot of work I need to get done tonight. I'll take a nap and then do it. There we go. Perfect. My eyes are glazing over. And I think I'm making lazy decisions as opposed to, like, just making decisions. Yeah, see, like this stuff, I know I don't want to fill this in because I don't want it on the main road. What I did in a previous city that I thought worked really well, like in the 2 hours that I played it, is I fenced off, or I put a bike path against the, which looking at it now didn't make any sense. But to me, if I had a bike path down, they would actually use the bike path, so it would get people to use their bikes, was the idea. But I'm just kind of zoning randomly. I need to not do that. It's because I'm using the fill bucket. A lot of these areas I need to go in and specifically paint just the sections that are on the inner road instead of those. Like I can paint all of this that's connected to this, but not that stuff. I don't want residential around a no, you know what? High density residential will be built around a parking garage. I know. I've lived in that. So hold on. Let me do this. See, everything but that first square will end up making it. I also want to reserve those. I do not want those taken for any purpose. Yeah, people would live over here. They wouldn't have the choice. What are they going to do? Go live somewhere else? Idiots. Okay, let's do that. You just met a lovely man. What was his name? Did he steal your heart in the night? Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of that. I want to save this area for designating other stuff. You can't tell me it's spoilers? Oh, shit. I'll meet him one day. Oh, I hope so. Fern met a man. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all going to be residential. I do think some low-density commercial could be good in here. I just got to find a good spot for it. I feel like a low-density commercial right there could be good. I feel like this is a not terrible place to put some. Just little corner stores, you know. This is your gas station kind of thing. I like that. If we could find a decent spot over here to get some commercial. It doesn't even have to be a 4x4. It can just be a 3x3. I'm just looking for a good 3x3 spot. It's not quite 3x3. A lot of this stuff gets cut off so hard. There's no 3x3. It's all 4x4 or 2x2. Let's go ahead and have some more commercial here. But small commercial, leave a decent sized house for this. Love the idea of there being a larger commercial right there. Like this for commercial. I like this for commercial. That's a decent spot for it. Let's put some over here too. That's a beautiful little spot for a little commercial thing. You should come up the avenue. Oh, that'd be cute. Right there in the corner. I don't know if those are all connected, but we'll do it there. I think right there. I'm really giving these street corners commercial because if I were living in here, I would not want to live on a street corner. You get both sections of traffic from the connecting streets. It's just kind of a nightmare. Let's also think about schooling. We do have an elementary school over there, but we won't have one down here just yet. We can put one right behind. I think putting the school right back over here because I could put a playground next to it. I think this is going to be great. Put it right there. It's a little bit distant from the rest of these guys. Let's go ahead and get we have a high school. It's right in the neighborhood. Don't need to worry about that. I think a church would be great just purely for the sake of having it, you know, aesthetically. I love the idea of having a church over here that everyone ignores because it's right on the commercial district. You know, this almost feels like it should go over here. Honestly, I want to put one over here just because I think that it looks like it would belong. Oh my God, the church that's right there, and put some actual parking lot next to it. I'm gonna do it purely for the aesthetics. I have no other reason for doing it. What the hell, man? Chat, you're fucking thirsty. All right, let's get a library down here somewhere. I think I love putting a library at the end of a street so it kind of points to it, you know? You come down the street, the first thing you see here is a library. And I know I keep using the same library asset just because I like that library asset. Don't take it from me. Can we do another public library? This is a tiny library. Whoa! He's a small boy, but he's a good boy. Let's put it, because we need a library down here. I think these people appreciate having a library. Would they? If not, you know, whatever. But I, especially right by that park, I think is great. I love the idea of putting it right there, to be honest. This is a library that you completely ignore exists. It just looks like it's a trailer. I don't know if I like that one. It's a high school. It's a high school. An orphanage. We've got to have one. Let's give Cocoa Heights an orphanage. It's kind of a thick boy, isn't it? Right over here by the bus station. Nobody else wanted them. They had to go to the one place in town where nobody else would want them either. It was sad. They cried every day. Some say it was the source of the river. In any case. Yeah, neighborhood library is good. Oh, this is great too. It's got sort of a sad little hill. They've got a tiny fence there, but I'm going to just do some plant work around here. Because we do like terraces in this town. I like the idea that they did build up this edge here, but I'm going to put a retaining wall there, everything. A fucking cabaret. Look, children, your future. No happiness. No happiness, though. You know, if I put some pathways in here, I think we'd be okay. I do want to get the pathway down. Yeah, like I thought, it's gonna play along that a little bit. A little bit of free terraforming for us. Let's try and see if we can get this to curve. Oh, I think we're gonna make it, dude. Look at that. I have regrets. I have regrets. Oh no. How far down does that go? Are we sending them to the Pennywise under the street? Welcome, children. Oh my God. Let's okay, I suppose let's get it near this, like right up against, no, not that, don't move the road, fuck's sake. I wanted to wiggle you out there. Oh my God, this is so fucking cursed. I feel like we owe it to them to make this intersection kind of as obnoxious. Okay, that's fine. When your pedestrian walkway has yoga lessons. This is fine. We're gonna make this work, y'all. I don't think we're gonna make that work, y'all. the sinkhole. Welcome, children. For fuck's sake. I feel like an actual bridged pathway across this is what I want. Like, I want the pedestrian walkway to actually lift. So let me try this. This is never gonna work. But let me try this. You know, something like this. It's gonna destroy it again, isn't it? It's not that bad. You know what? That's acceptable. Fuck you, God. We're making it work. I don't want it to actually be a bridge, though. I want it to go land right there. Please land. Land. It's not. You can walk to this, but then you're fucked. If I do this, hold on, if I do this and bring it down, will it become a pathway? Nope, it won't. We'll just send it to hell. Okay, no, we're not gonna do that. It could go across. Don't want it to, though. But just knowing that this can connect is great. I don't know why I'm using the decorated path. Please don't do this to me. Oh, it didn't. It didn't do it to me. Nice. Okay, good. That ends up being fairly well protected, you know? I feel like that is a fair compromise to the fact that this path is otherwise absolutely cursed. Come on now, y'all. I need to pull this back. Just send him to the depths of hell. Well, it's an orphanage, you know? It's... Hold on, that you have to trust me. Chat? Trust. The word of the day is trust. Full trust. I'm telling you, that's not too cursed. It might still be a little cursed. I think we're okay with that and we don't need to fill that in. I think that's going to be fine. Let's add some landscaping so we can hide the horrors that we've inflicted on these poor orphans. Okay, I like these trees. These are good trees. These trees pay their taxes. Let's just put a row of them down here. One more set. Ah, perfect. Perfect. One more. No, I want to get one more that's like right there, right on that corner. We're going to nestle this thing right into this edge here, okay? The goal is to hide them, the orphans, I mean. They're not really there. It almost looks like a nice place you'd want to go to, but it's anything but. I think some bushes down here would be nice. Maybe get some trees that round about this whole thing. Put a tiny little park here. Raise the land value to offset the orphans. There isn't a small enough park. We could do that. Honestly, I'm going to build a tiny playground here. That would be adorable. And I'm going to give them a fence, too. To keep them in. I'm going to build a fence here. Absolutely, we're building a... Oh. Meant to that to be a little bit smoother than it really was. Kind of wanted it freeform, too. Gonna have this go into like the, oh yeah, the support node right there. Beautiful. That's gorgeous and not problematic. Kind of want to pull that back actually just a little bit. The idea that we could have them walk sort of on the, they shouldn't need to go on the sidewalk to get to their own playground. That's the thing, you know. They kind of have their own playground in there, though, don't they? They have a single swing set. You know, Billy, if you go high enough, you may be able to get over the wall. Then you'll be free. I'm on my way. And then he fucking flies over into the river. Well, shucks, Billy. Didn't mean that far. Or maybe he did. All right, let's do this. Let's get the... I don't think we're going to end up actually using that land down there, but... Stop snapping. We're going to get you right there, then you just move it to fix your sins. Oh, I do want that right up against the pole. That just looks right. That just looks right. I don't know why we're fencing it, but we are. We need to put parking in here somewhere. I have to think that, well, no one's going to stay here long enough to need a parking space. We could put a tiny library over here. It just doesn't fit, you know? Just visually it doesn't fit. Aesthetically it doesn't fit. Let me put, a little cafe no one will ever go to. A gazebo. Food trucks, sand pits, you know, these things are good. I mean, we could honestly put in a little playground. We just have to do a little bit of terraforming. I like the idea that it's just cursed. Let's fill it with plants. It's a bramble patch. You know? It's a bramble patch. I feel like I want to put another one down there. I just don't want it to be that big. The city keeps telling them to mow their grass, but then they keep arguing about whether this is theirs. And then it never gets dealt with at all. I think it's cool. We could put some small shrubs down there that sort of cement the fact that it's unkempt. Just completely unabashedly unkempt. Let's get some of these boys in there. I feel like the presence of the bramble patch will keep the children from attempting to flee. I think that's good. You know, we can pretend that there are fucking snakes and stuff in there. No one's leaving. What are these? Content creator trees. Have I been ignoring the nice content creator trees this whole time? Oh, there aren't that many. I like the whoa! That's a big boy. These are probably the better trees that I've seen. I've just been ignoring them this whole time. I feel like some smaller trees are appropriate here. Oh, these are bushes? Oh, no. Oh, look at that tall grass. I love the idea of tall grass down here. This is fantastic. This is stuff I'd like to put down by the river, too. This really does start to feel like a really shitty part of a downtown area. Like a really shitty area in downtown. I don't want it quite on the sidewalk, but goddamn if I don't want it close. Put a tree there. I think a tree right here might be good too. Get some tall grasses around it. Put like sets of 3 and then get some... Oh yeah, just absolutely. This thing has never been mowed. These kids had parents last time this thing got mowed. There we go. Every downtown has one of those, that's right. Alright, let's do... It's not quite big enough. We need bigger trees. Where's that bushy tree? There was a tree called Bushy. Tall? That is indeed a tall boy. Look at him. I want to plant these downtown. You know what? I want to plant these over here. I love... No, not fuck you, school. I love these for over here. This place just feels larger than life with trees this big. Whoa. I like that idea. You know, this ends up looking really... Like, as shitty as it is, it looks like a nice kind of... There we go. That's the tree I'm looking for. Little areas of a little bit more fertility ended up getting some trees. Everything outside the fence got trimmed, you know, for the most part. Eventually they gave up there too, of course. Why wouldn't they? You know, that ends up looking really nice. It's maintained for the most part because it's paved, and then you get to the areas where the city dispute is, you know, whose land is, who's responsible for this, you know. I like that idea. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't know why this path exists. Really would make sense to me that it actually went down to the street level, specifically so that it could connect someone who was right here to get up there instead of having to go this way, sort of save them time. I also, part of me thinks that there's a, you know, a nice little view option if, hear me out, chat. You know, kind of a hold me Jack kind of moment. I feel like there's some beautiful opportunities here to look at what... To go look at the part of the park they're never going to be allowed to go to. The really nice playground that we made at the cafe at the park. Not for you, Billy. Not today, probably not ever. Looks like a stunt ramp. Yeah, if this were Grand Theft Auto, this would be absolutely a stunt ramp. Not sure we can make that jump. Billy, you just gotta pedal harder, boy. You'll make it. Then God deletes it from under you and you just go boink, boink, boink all the way down to the river, probably. No, Billy will live today. Billy Orphanage. The park is for those with families to take them. God damn it, cat. Okay, anyway, we added an orphanage and we landscaped the shit out of it. We've also told a story, which is what I love about this game, is that we can tell a story of like how this thing got to be where it is or what's going on, you know, inside the lives of all those that live there. Is there anything else I need to add? Parks, small parks, park assets are good. Plazas are good as well. I don't want to put that one down there. Oh, I love how that one just fits. Just love it. You just fucking love it when it just fits. That's good. We'll do one on either side. I love the idea that we have a plaza that's... Oh, this is a beautiful... Oh, yeah. Do it. Please let me do it there. Yes. Wonderful. We love that. I want to put some trees in there. Hold on. I'm going to put some trees in there. Tall boy? Tall boy. Let's do it. Give me that magic no, you fucker. Give me that magic pixel. Don't you take this from me. Beautiful. I would love... The fence got messed up. What? Over here? Oh, it did. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me fix the fence. Okay, and then we'll do move it. That messes up the trees, which is unfortunate, but yeah, it is what it is. Whatever we have there is satisfying. That's fine. That tree's going to be tearing up the road with its roots. Oh, that's fine. We have the budget. We have the budget. Oh, I think that's just so nice. I think you have a responsibility, you know, to try and make areas that are just going to be a remarkable atmosphere, a place to get away from the density of the rest of the city. I think that's what this is, you know? I almost feel like taking the residential away from there, too. Hey, Bat Traptors, nice. Welcome, friend. Nice name, dude. I feel like a tiny park right over here makes a lot of sense. Little parky thing. Give me a tiny one. Come on. Oh. You know, if we nudge this out just a bit, make those both a little bit more 90 degrees. Doesn't need to be that much, but honestly, yes, there we go. Get a little playground out there, right by the high school. That's not bad. Honestly, I feel like oh man, all of this being, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All of this ends up being commercial right over here. Those two, a couple shops right there. Because think about it, like kids are having their lunch, right? Kids are in high school. They go out to have their lunch. Clearly, that's what this is for. Go to lunch, go to recess. I mean, that's high school, but still, you know. It's a playground here. We'll make bus stops here. I don't love this curve, but at the same... Well, you know what we probably could do? Let's bump these out a little bit more. And get that to be a much nicer turn. Yeah, it's much better. That's true. High schoolers do love playgrounds, but obviously it wasn't made for them. But think about it. They get out at lunch, and they go over here. They would go here. Do I have the airport DLC? No. I'm thinking about getting it, though, but I don't know enough about the game to even make use of it. This is like the first city I've really invested in. Where else are they going to sell their weed? Right there. This is the Highweed Playground. The adults don't understand why the kids love that name. There we go. It shows. Thanks, Chompy Boy. All right. I don't really want to put any of this other stuff. Love the idea of a dog park, but we got a lot of stuff right there. Let's get maybe a dog park over here. That's a good spot for one right there. There's some big designations right there that I don't want to get rid of. Don't want to interrupt that. I don't want a dog park by the school. I feel like that's not too obtrusive, but it's also kind of far. It really needs to be up in this area. Could be just right there. I think that's a good spot for one. These guys, you know what? These guys need something nice. They don't have anything nice over here. Well, sucks to suck. Should have made more money. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, we could put some parking stuff over there if we want to. There's also a Buffalo Grill. I love that idea. It's not that large. I like the idea of putting a restaurant over here. You know? Just a small little restaurant. Right by the plaza. Dude, that makes a lot of sense, actually. There's already a lot of stuff there that adds to... Oh, dude. Imagine a business located right there. That's a good spot. You know they get a lot of business. Okay, probably need something over here, but I also have a lot of density of parks in this area. Okay, let's unpause and see what happens. Grow, city, grow. Yeah. It's all low density still. I don't know how long it is until I get high density, but I want it. Big town is not it. No, it is. Oh, shit. I might want to rush 5,500 then. I might want to rush 5,500. Let's also district this area. Just so we have it marked. We'll just get this. We'll make it cleaner once we have all of the neighboring districts. We'll come in and just clean up all their lines. But for now, let's just kind of get it there. Chestnut Heights. It's not Heights. Not everything needs to be Heights. This is what, Southeast? This is going to be the Sebastian Quarter. Chestnut Downs. We could call it that. We absolutely could. Hold on. We should put power connections over here so that people are inclined to use the parking garage. We have a lot of commercial demand, which is interesting. Well, they made use of that space. Holy hell. It's a big old building. It's kind of tacky to have this right there, just by the high school. This is more of a small area. What the hell have you built here? Another, oh good, a giant drugstore right across from the Highweed Park. I'm gonna build this up as a proper campus. Oh shit, I also wanted to put in pathways. I have not put in pathways, y'all. Civilian walkways do not exist here. They don't have to though, let's be real. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Big old department store. People are here. They're enjoying themselves. They're parking on the street. You know how we could stop them from doing that actually is upgrading the streets to these guys, which I want to do. It will take the parking away from them. Oh no! Oh, that's terrible. Why have I done this to myself? That was a 2-lane road. That's why. Why have I? You know what? Fuck it. It's a 4-lane. It's a 4-lane road now. I don't know why, but it is. Oh, I hate everything about that. It's oh, there's that fountain we buried. We'll come back and do that later. We will. Oh Jesus! It's all gone. Come back, and we'll do it later. That's fine. Listen, it's better off now than it was. The people have public transport, just not over here yet. I'm sorry. If people... Listen, people are dying. It's not my fault. Okay? You'll get there. Building is emptying. Where are you taking the bodies if it's emptying? Oh, shit. We need another cemetery. Well, I guess we're putting one up here. Really isn't a good spot for another cemetery. Thinking about it. Yeah, we're out of garbage processing too. We could fit. I mean, we could fit a cemetery over here. Not a problem. We could fit one here, actually. There are dead people in the park. Oh no. Where? There's a dead person in the park waiting for transport. Oh no. Oh no. Do you imagine it was in the bathroom or on one of our wonderful little walkways here? There's no way we find the dead person. Also, what's this house? Wow. Our city services are not quite keeping up right now. I think we're going to build another recycling center just for now and then move it later. I think that's what we're going to do. We made this space for recycling centers. Like, that's what this area is. It's a dirty part of town. This stuff will all get moved, though, eventually. But for now, let's figure out the garbage problem. And then let's figure out the human garbage problem by offering more cemetery. Do we have access to crematoriums yet? No, that's not. Jesus, 12,000. Okay. That's not going to be forever. Ugh. Cemetery over here. I feel like, honestly, a cemetery right there works. It just takes up so many buildings. I don't hate the idea that it's right here, either. We can work with the terraforming that naturally will happen. You know, we can make it feel a little bit more natural as we do that. The person just keeled over trying to walk the miles-long path. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I did give them many opportunities to get the fuck out, though. Like, you never really have to walk a full mile before you have the opportunity to get out of the park. I think the problem is that they just don't know that they're allowed to leave, which is very smart to question it because they aren't really allowed to leave. Also, I don't hate the idea of putting this along this path, this little area. We're not really designating anything else over there. I don't hate this. You know, put the cemetery here on their way into the commerce square. You know, the big commerce square in the city. And then, as they come in and as they leave, have the cemetery here with a billboard that says, you know, use it or lose it. I think it makes sense. Clearly the citizens agree. At least half the city is very well entertained by that idea. You know, consider the idea of a recreational cemetery. We certainly have enough dead to help with it. Nice little corner shop right on the corner. We do need to get a bus route going through here, and I need... Oh, this all needs to be tram. All this stuff needs to be... trolley bus. We need to get this to all be trolley bus so we can do a loop through there. Isn't that just Nightmare Before Christmas? Yes! They get tired of piling up their corpses in the park. What else is it there for? Like, come on. Nature reserve, if anything else. How do you think this area got to be so densely forested while everything else is so sparse? This is where all the bodies and the poop go. All of it. Just right. See, look at them. Diligent citizens. Bringing their dead and their poop. And their dead poop. Right in there. I still like the idea of having the fishing area down here with a ferry. It's going to be good. Hey, Guano. Good to see you. Come for the goats. Stay for the gulags. That's right. We do have a few gulags going up here very soon. We have less industrial demand than we did before. Let's see how this is doing over here. Have we maintained our 2-star? We have, and we're almost halfway to 3-star. I don't know how to get more industrial demand. No idea. I'm not worried about it though. Yeah, reminder of your mortality before you go and dunk, you know, $65 on churros at the mall. Excellent. would behoove me to let time run for a minute. Build up our cash again. I like having a little over 100,000 to be able to enjoy before we do our next kind of ridiculous expansion to the city. This is definitely me being experimental with offsetting grids. Because really the only part of the grid that really got turned is this set of 8 little blocks here. And then everything else was just trying to weave it back into the regular grid. But I still think that breaking away from just doing this for the whole city is very important. Visually speaking, I mean, especially when we have such a centerpiece like this. I want to make these areas feel like they have some character to them, like there's just a different, you know, there's a different feeling in every little district that you go in. That's kind of a fucking nightmare. But you know what, at the same time, you chose to live here, so you have to deal with that. You have many other streets that you could opt to go around. I have a street that's like this in my neighborhood, and I opt to go around it, so I don't feel bad. If they want to drive through this hellhole, that's their choice. Look at him, brave man. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't care. It's their choice. They could easily just go like this and go around. They could go like this and go around. You know, there are so many opportunities for how they want to enter that. So if that intersection kills them, I feel like there needs to be an implicit contract that they opted to die there. It was their choice. And a nice little grill right here. I wonder, does it tell me the number of visitors? Yes, nice. Is that grill more popular than the Riverwalk Park? Yes, technically. I think one of those 3 visitors died as well, so it's also much more successful at not getting shut down. Although it did have a bit of a crime spree just now. I'm going to throw that out there as a potential problem. I don't have anything like police services or health services out here. I meant to offer this stuff, and then I forgot to build it ultimately. Oops. I also don't have like an actual proper fire station for a downtown kind of scenario. I don't feel like it goes here. I feel like it maybe goes over on this side, but still. Having a fire station makes sense. Probably put it right there. This would be a good spot to put one. Have some coverage over here, especially for getting coverage right in there. Let's take a look at health center. A child care center would make a lot of sense maybe around here. I guess we're using some eminent domain forehead. I don't mean to, I hate to. But I also, a child care center right next to the buffalo, to the barbecue shop. This will adjust this, and it probably will end up being a 3x3 building. I like the idea of child care being right there by the playground. This makes a lot of sense to me. Elder care also makes sense. We've got 2 in the city. Having a 3rd one over here makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to put it in this block. And I think the hospital goes over here, but having a clinic over on this side, probably a good idea as well. I like this clinic. This is a good one. This one will fit over here well. That's a decent place for a clinic as well. Parking garage will serve the clinic as well. That's good. We also have a cemetery while we're over there. That's probably why we're poor, is replacing a lot of these buildings. We should make our money back, though, as we've expanded this neighborhood. It's a fairly large neighborhood we've added here. Although I say that, it's large in area. I don't think the density is incredible. Oh well. I'm excited to get in here and do some more landscaping. Eventually upgrade this to a nicer place. Some of these buildings are upgrading as well. Nice. This building got much smaller, but much wealthier. Highly educated seniors, nice. I wonder if buildings will get downgraded as the residents die and get replaced by lower educated adults. Does that happen? Somebody who knows this game. This is basically a baseball diamond right over here. That's some dystopian shit right there, you know? The child care center has its own part. Oh, come on now. It's got its own playground. Okay, that's fine. I guess this is for the public. I wouldn't want to send my sick kid here. I mean, I would. I wouldn't care, but knowing that they have this as well is pretty cool. Oh, this building's getting changed. It looks mostly the same. Waiting for more residential to come in. Right now, the biggest demand is for commercial, but until I get commercial high density, I'm not interested, you know? I feel like zoning this out would be good. Building up these streets, figuring out what I want to do for terrain here. I still like the idea that this ends up being a terrace. Hi, Don. Bitch.
Are you winning, son?
Yeah, I'd say so far. Build this up, give it a natural ridge here. That'll be good. Thanks for the bits, y'all. Let's do brush size like 80. Pull this out hard. Really like the idea of letting this be a really natural edge as it gets up to the highway. I know that I say that, make it a natural edge, and that it's definitely not. We're going to taper this down just a little bit. Which I really just, I want this down. Oh, God, not, oh, Jesus. Okay. Just going to fix that. Ooh, don't do that, you fucker. Oh, it's feathering. I don't want it to do that. I want you to do this. I like the idea that there's just this natural ridge that either was blown through with dynamite, you know? But the highway I'm going to delete and redo and make it a tunnel. And then we're probably going to have streets that just overpass naturally. There we go. Yeah, it's weird not hearing from Don about Pokemon. But not hearing from Don has been kind of the standard for a very long time at this point. So I've stopped waiting to hear from Don. I think we're going to get what we're going to get. Which is a shame, because Don was a good boy. Let's do this. Pull that in. I don't want it to be exactly flat either. And I think there is a point at which I want it to taper. Because I want to pull that height in. I really just want this to be an area that is like this. So we can pull in that height as well now. Get this brush size down much smaller. Pull it in. We'll do another traditional terrace right there. I just like the idea that we have this as just being a really high area. We can bridge across. I think that'd be fine. The little bit I've seen of it, I'm really enjoying Pokemon. I'm not going to play it though. I don't really play Pokemon myself. But it seems like what they're doing with this game is what I've wanted them to do with Pokemon since I was a kid, but I'm no longer a kid, so I don't enjoy it personally. I think I've outgrown Pokemon. Okay, I don't love this, but this is just sort of a starting point, just so you know. Don't get angry at me. Okay, so I want to keep this here. I like the idea of this being a normal block. I kind of like the idea of this street coming out and turning and letting this whole thing be sort of a smaller area. I like the idea that this road could connect up to that as well, and then that defines this block. So let's see if we can get the street to do that. Let's just see if we can make that happen. Will it give me the road guide from that far away? No. We're going to have to eyeball it, y'all. I love how committed it is to getting up that hill, but no, that's not what I'm looking for. You know, I probably could get away with doing this, though. Just do that as sort of an on-ramp that also cuts through. Because I want this city to look like it was carved out. I want this city to look like it was carved out from these hills. This isn't terrible. It's not that bad.
Players for knife tag. I hope these guys are faster.
Infray. Infray saying it's time to spin the wheel, dude. Nice. Caliph Daddy, haven't seen that name in a while. Nice. Getting a gift sub there. Destiny Fire and TD Strange. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out. You got access to some of the best emotes. Look at them go. And we got to do, hold on. And we got to spin our wheel here. Hold on. Let's see what we're going to do tonight. I owe you a cosplay stream. I actually cannot find my Link cosplay that we were going to do, I just need to fucking find it. I don't know where it is. I also need to do my nails red. And, no, I'm not going to show cock chat. It's not going to happen. We're also up to 14 on the gift subject. And we're up to 15 now. We're up to 15 on a gift sub jackpot. Oh, so if I land on that, I'm going to be sad. But let's see. No cock chat. Not showing cock. Can't happen. We're too small. We wouldn't even be able to benefit from the publicity of getting banned for showing cock on stream. You have to do it strategically. More marbles. We already have 2 in the till and freight. Yes, something. Yes, there we go. So adding extra Stream Raiders battles to the next stream. For those of you that like to farm those coins and scrolls.
Battle.
That's what we'll do next time. Hey, thanks for the subby wubbies. Cool. Good deal. Appreciate that, man. So yeah, we'll do extra Stream Raiders next stream. We might even just do... Yeah, because extra battles is like doing 2 instead of 1. I'm really thinking that we might just do like a night of Stream Raiders. I think that's a better reward there. I'm gonna call the audible and make that what's gonna happen. In phrase back there, Mico Agony, yay, Stream Raiders. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I like this. I like this very much. This feels good. I can work with this, so we can build our neighborhood into this. We're gonna build a retaining wall, and I do want to make this a little bit more natural. So we're gonna go in and we're just gonna gently brush strength down to like 7. Get this feathered. And we are gonna start feathering this out a little bit. Really want to pull this back a little bit. What if we do this? 0.3. Just push it down. So we can do stuff like this, and we're just gonna kind of mar up this edge. Is that the church bell? We're gonna mar up that edge a little bit, then we're gonna feather it out, and then we're gonna kind of fix our taper. I want this to still ultimately be fairly straight up here, but I want this edge to feel like it's not. I just want to pull that back. Honestly, I feel like if I do this, we'll be better off. Yeah, just push that edge. Hold on, I still want this to be fairly good. I want this to have a decent shape, but then once we get to where I really want that border to be, we're probably going to have a street that cuts this off anyway. Probably not worth doing any of this landscaping. No, because this is going to be the street, but it needs to come out this way. We'll see. We do be edging a mill hard, I know. We've absolutely got to do the marbles. This is where the street's going to go. It's going to connect in there. So let's do our interior road. And then we'll figure out what we want to really accomplish here. Same way that we've done on this other... Is it there? Is that what we're doing? Yeah, I guess 1. We end up with an interesting curve right here, I think. Which I think it just needs to connect to that. So let's just get a straight road. Have this one connect out. What? Right there might be better. You stop that. Okay, I think that's better. Just let that go up a bit. Where the road really should be. This needs to come down as well. I don't know if it's really... if this is the way that we want to do that. Yeah, because that's just going to end up tearing. Probably get rid of this and maybe push that into the wall a little bit harder. Do we have multiple kinds of churches? No, unfortunately. I'd like to have a mega church. Like, I want a big fucking mega church. I think that would be just cool to have. We're going to do that and pull it all the way down to... honestly, just let that go straight down there. Let's get this out to the side. I think right there is good. This just goes down to this point. And then I think we just pull it diagonally until right there, and then we pull it across, and we don't try and get that point. I think this point is something that we can definitely use to help sort of taper this terrace off, because this is a fairly large scale change here. This one it's obviously going to be manufactured, but this is where it starts to be more of that natural face where it wasn't quite polished. Yeah. Texas has tons of water, Cat. What the fuck are you talking about? Texas is not devoid of water. It's just devoid of common sense and decency. Pull that down a bit more. Just get that sort of natural lumpiness. I think that ends up being good. Pull that out there. Yeah, I like that. These buildings are leveling up real fast. There we go. Perfect. So now we just want to fill in these, the hell happened here? That's fine. Roads are gonna road. It's fine. Let's do some other roads. Let's get these connected in now. Definitely think we're gonna want to do a central road that goes down this way. This? It would have to be like up here. Yeah, it would have to be there. And then we would do, well, we'd probably just have it go straight until there, and then we would curve it this way. Like that. And then from there, I think that we probably just have one that, God, this ends up being really marred. If I wiggle this, does that fix? If I do this, I don't want to keep that, but I want to know. Does that fix the, no, I don't think it did. I don't think it changed the zoning, or maybe I didn't move it enough. I like the idea that this comes up here. You know, I think we're going to have to do something like this, where we do sort of an S-bend. And then it goes all the way down here. I don't hate that. Then maybe one road down the middle. But honestly, I don't mind this just being one long straight. You know, no, let's cut it down the middle. Let's cut it down the middle both ways. I think that's more successful. I think this is just so visually interesting, you know? Cat, you're a bitch. I think that's just such a neat little area. And I wonder if there's an argument for us carrying this road and going across like that and bringing this terrace down a little bit. Then letting this be sort of the higher area. This whole junction right here is higher than most of the rest of this. I also wonder if there's argument of letting this cross and letting this be a higher section as well, because it wants to be. Let me see how that works. Yeah? You sure about that? Okay, we can make that work. And then that ends up being too far down. It needs to be only one unit across. But now we have that node to be able to pull across. Slope is too steep. Well, that's kind of the point, though. It is trying to pull really hard on that edge. I'm wondering how much of this could be pushed back. Turns out, nope, not gonna happen. Okay, so how do we get this road in here? Because it is the right scale. We haven't always done it that far. It's only been one in a couple places. The rest of it's been 3 wide, 3 nodes or so. We could pull this out a bit more. I don't see any reason that we couldn't. Well, I want it to be symmetrical. Never mind. I want this to be symmetrical for sure. And that would be the place to do it. Slope to sleep anywhere I go. If I bring it, let's see if I nudge this up. You know, 3 ticks. If I can get this to be acceptable, and it's going to be an issue with this turning, but I honestly think that we could get this to where it's just nudged up a tiny bit that it ends up being a pretty, yeah. Then it bridges. It's a little bit too high there. If we take this and go down 1, just 1 tick. Down 1 tick. This may not be possible, but I feel like if it's going to be possible, probably need to adjust the land Probably just going to have to adjust the actual lane rather than using move it. If we bring this up just a tiny bit, you know? That might be the opposite of the solution. Because that may be exactly what the problem is right now. Nope, it isn't. That was actually the solution. Huh. Okay, so we could do that. Leave ourselves about 2 spaces. Do I want 2 spaces or 3? This went straight into it, but I don't think this is. Actually, we were going to raise this up. What am I talking about? This whole time I've been struggling over this. We're going to raise this whole section up. Yeah, dude. Yeah, this comes down. I do want to figure out how we're going to go with this then. I do like the idea of that being a straight road. I don't want it to curve like that, though. I do want it to be more of a natural curve. And I like the idea that it does something like this, where it then gets kind of perpendicular. Can use that as a sort of visual guide. I think that could be good doing. See, I think that could be good. I like the idea of there being a civilian road that can just cross there. Let's use this as our point of crossing. Because I want to leave some space between the road and the edge here. This then needs to connect pretty much just straight on all the way through. This just needs to get right on over here. Which now we've got this area blocked out as well, which is nice. Except that we just need to get this road, which I think is either going to just go straight through, or is going to connect down to that edge. Which I think just coming straight through is good. And we have this nice little rectangle over here that we'll make use of. And however it connects, it connects. This whole area we're then going to go in and artificially raise to about that level. And then allow ourselves to enjoy the terracing, because I am really enjoying that about this neighborhood. Just pull it on up. And then we'll figure out where we want to make additional connections based on where the slope is not too steep, not too ridiculous. We'll end up doing another interior road as well. Nothing about this is realistic. I'd be surprised to find if there's anywhere on the planet that went out of their way to build like this. This is ridiculous, but I don't care about being realistic. I care about it being atmospheric. I care about it feeling nice. And the rest of it is whatever it needs to be. I still feel like we could probably put a park over here, honestly. A park up on this ridge and then build a ridge up here that ends up like tapering off. Like from this side, this road can come across as a bridge and then down. Like it comes off like an overpass and then it descends down and becomes the back end of like this road right here. This road, Young Street, at the back of the mall could end up being the one that connects in there like this from the top of the bridge. That could work out really well. Yeah. And then we use this as a little park. Because then we could have a pedestrian walkway that just goes across right by the street, just a pedestrian walkway that goes across, and there's still a bit of a ridge up here. Like we could kind of goof that there's a little bit of height that tapers off to down here. I like that idea. We'd let this be a little bit high as it tapers off, and then we kind of bridge it into this over here where the highway was cut through the hill, which is what I really want to get to eventually. But we need to have and kind of preserve that height as we get there. With the idea that most of this stuff, like it did taper down on its own at this point. You know, over here it was tapering down as it did this, but we came through with bulldozers and just cleared that shit out to make room for capitalism, which I think is fantastic. It also allows these people to feel superior to the people that live around them because they can look down on them, which is what they love to do. So let's give them that opportunity. I feel like this ends up being a really nice cul-de-sac. I think we'll probably put just a really nice park over here. And I feel like there may only be one way into this neighborhood, and I feel like it's going to be a road that goes across here and maybe connects these two. Service road, if you will. It's kind of how we're building a lot of these as we're doing service roads here. Yeah, that just lets me do that. It's fantastic. So now I want to put my interior loop road, which I think will go just down to here, and then maybe we'll have one street that goes to the end and is a proper cul-de-sac. I don't know if I want to put it that close. Maybe one more over. Maybe this one does go all the way down. And then this one connects in from the side here. So let's figure out kind of where this guy's going to go. Does this curve? It does, but I don't think we're going to curve. Kind of want to curve. No, we're going to curve, and I'll tell you why. I'm a genius, that's why. We're going to curve. Oh, fuck off. There we go. Because we're going to curve and then have a street going down the middle, just like this. And I think we actually get rid of this. And then, of course, we'll put a couple streets in there. I think one there and then one there. Divide it into 3 sections. Evenly? Ish. I think that's fine. We end up having these really quiet, isolated neighborhoods. It's away from the hustle and bustle. In this case, literally the bustle, because we've got the trolley buses right in there. I just like the idea that we're playing with terracing here, because every time I've seen someone else play this game, they really try to avoid this. They avoid the cliffing. They avoid the terracing. And, I mean, it still feels like we're built, as much as it's a terrace, it's clearly artificial, right? It still feels like, to some extent, it's still, to me, like you can look at how this isn't a perfectly laid road. There's a dip. It goes up a little bit. It comes back down again. The streets are really trying to wind themselves around, and we've dug out some plateaus within that where it was easy to sort of plane it out. But even then, we're sacrificing the simplicity of having fewer roads by being able to build into this hill. And I think it just creates this interesting skyline where over here, I mean, obviously the terracing is much more significant. But I think even from a distance, it just ends up creating this really interesting leveled city that is both in harmony but also does not give a shit about its natural environment. And this is just, it's fun to build too. That's the thing. I'm really enjoying just putting this stuff out here. I'm not going to build this as a grid, by the way. This area is not going to be a grid, but it will have this road across here, which is fine. It's a little bit rugged through there, which is fine. It's not a problem at all. Here we go. I feel like it would want to do this. I feel like if I get rid of the middle road as well, it'll let me put those through. And then we'll be able to put our 4-lane tram together. Oh, it's going to bridge it? Really? It's going to put a bridge there, huh? I don't hate that. I really don't. I feel like there's, you know, some kind of mandate where if the distance from the surface to the road to the base of the terrace is a certain amount, you fill it in with concrete, that sort of thing. We do lose a lane, though. No, we don't. The center just ends up getting a little thinner, that's all. No, I think this is fully successful. I almost prefer that. How can I make that happen? I kind of like this. Up in the terraced area, yeah, I like the bridge. I think I know how to make that happen. I think it'd be a different project, though. I think that's a different project, but I definitely like the idea of turning this central boulevard here into just one really extended bridge. Because that would mean we didn't have to explain why there's a ramp here, but I also think that adding a ramp, if you're already going to do all this digging, you're taking all that dirt, where are you going to do with it? You're going to put it somewhere else. Really, I think that's all this is. We level out this part of the hill, then we dump it down over here, and then we just pack it in real tight. Also, need to find my retaining walls. Hold on. Where did those go? I can never find this shit. I need there to be, like, someone in chat holding up a sign that goes, "It's in this tab, Mico." Every time I can't remember where anything is. Was it in here? I think it was this guy. There we go. Good night, Cat. Thanks for hanging out, man. I think... Okay, we're going to turn off all of our guides. All of them. I like the idea that there's the retaining wall sort of here. That connects in like that. And it stops this from sliding down and creating sort of a cascade clusterfuck. That's what this is here for. This is just getting taller, sir. but this is just here to stop this shit from, you know, mudslides. Mudslides will fucking kill. I don't know why it gets to be so wavy. That's what it wants to do. I'm not gonna tell it now. Oh, come on, let me make that turn. There we go. I think, honestly, it doesn't need to go much further than that. In fact, we probably could get away with it just stopping, like, right there. I hate that it goes up, though. Come on now. Damn. I think I'll let it end there. I think that's a decent place for that wall to go. It's certainly an aesthetic. Art students wanted a project. Well, they got one. I mean, we'll be putting trees and fence line at the top, but this is a retaining wall just to stop the shit from sliding down if it rains real hard. We need to do that over here as well. We had done the same retaining wall over on this side, but it never got quite as high. This is quite wavy. I think I'm going to redo this. I don't know why it got so wavy. There's some kind of mechanism that tells it to get that way. You know, this is an area where I'd want a retaining wall again as well. Probably start it here. God, why is it so fucking high? I don't get it. There is some kind of variable that tells it how high to go, which is weird. I don't mind it at all. I can find it's necessary, but this retaining wall is almost higher than the soil it's meant to retain at this point. Which then makes it feel almost like I would rather have a key wall there that it gets filled in, you know? Like this area, we don't need a retaining wall. I'm not very satisfied with this. Maybe I'm using a different one than I was before. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this wall. I think the one down there as well. I think it's just better off if we find either the wall I was using before. Because this feels similar, but this just doesn't feel right. Something about this is wrong. I don't mind that one. I think we're better off if I find the other wall that I was using, which, honestly, it's not this, of course. I don't hate this, though. It's meant to be a big wall. I don't know. Maybe it's in here? I feel like this is the same thing, it's just, it's in a different place. This is definitely where I had it before. It still ends up getting really, really tall. Maybe if it's halfway up the hill, it won't feel as big. No, it certainly gets thick through there. Holy fuck. It feels like you can almost work it to be... Feels like you can almost work it to be a more manageable size. The longer it is, well, not exactly, but that seems to be working fairly well for making it not a ridiculous wall. You know, I think that's pretty successful. It's still a little wavy, but I think ultimately now, see, I don't want it to like be on the hill. It needs to be at the base of the hill. I'm pretty sure I could use move it and fix it, but this just may not be something we can do over here. We tried it twice, chat. There we go. There was a retaining wall further left in the menu. Let's try that then. These are all fences. Oh, these retaining walls. Yeah, these are different ones. Thanks for pointing these out. But these are for the rail yard. They end up having a lot of the same issue. They're very thick, aren't they? I think these are too big. What I liked about that other one, it's not a bad idea. What I liked about the other one, though, and we put it... The reason, you know what, why I think this one worked is it was solidly at the bottom. Because this ends up being very successful, I think, right? Let me try one more time. Let me see if we start it in the right place, if it just ends up doing the right thing, you know? Rather than starting it like here. Let's start it here. See, it still gets really tall. What the fuck? It seems like there's some kind of variable. that I'm not aware of. Man. Because, I mean, that's just unbelievable right there. Even that's really high. I mean, granted, this doesn't feel like it's way too big. Given the sheer size of what's above it, yeah, no, I feel like that's probably pretty fucking fair, to be honest with you. I just want it to feel like it's consistent is all. You know, if I do this, I can get to a point where it feels consistent. That's pretty good. You know, that's much closer to what I was looking for. And I don't feel like we necessarily need it there. But I don't think it would hurt to have a little curve. And it gets fucking massive. Distance too short, you kidding me? I'd love it to just sort of taper out to almost nothing here. How much do I hate that? Not much. I feel like if we did it on the other side, it could look really nice. Free Wi-Fi proposal on the table? Man, I wish, Michael. Here's the thing. I think I lose too much money. I think I'll lose way too much money if I do that, because it pays like $2 per residence just to increase their happiness, and I feel like I have other ways of increasing their happiness. If we boil these people down to numbers, then no, I don't think it's worth doing. In real life, hell yeah. Internet should be a utility. But I kind of like playing it like a role player, though. I feel like there should be definitely sections that get the free Wi-Fi. Mostly as an incentive to get people to move in. Sebastian Quarter might be a good one. I mean, I've already given them free public transport. I need to add my bus network here. Get the trolley lines around here as well, so that we can build a trolley. Not trolley, it's not a trolley. Trolley bus. Yeah, get that lined in there. Let's get this area set down. I don't want to do the same grid we've done before. You're going to hate me, but I'm going to do it anyway. You can't stop me. You had your chance to stop me, and then you didn't do it. You see what you've done now? You had your chance. That time has passed. Now, it is time for whatever the fuck this is. Is that the right link? Can never tell in this game. You had your chance, Chad. It's too late for you now. Listen, I'm just at this point really interested in building an interesting city. Give the orphans a reason to go in. Yeah? Oh, to go on. Free Wi-Fi? They'll figure out how to overthrow my state. I can't let them do that. I can't give them the opportunity to figure out how to take me out. It's not how this shit works. Nothing about this lines up either, by the way. I'm well aware. Don't worry, YouTube, I know. Oh, fuck. See, that's a little bit too far off. Why is it so wiggly? I don't understand. I need road guidelines, but then I also hate it. No, maybe I don't. I could use the power of money to know if I've gone far enough. 440 is apparently our grid. No, it isn't. What the fuck is going on here? I think it's 400. What the actual fuck? Is this also not the right length? Okay, all of this is just wrong. Hold on. This is wrong too on this side. This is all just wrong. Okay. How long is this? 440. You're going to go 440 this way. You're going to go 440 this way. Gonna go 440 that way. It's just a fucking awful angle is why. Why? Did I just pick a random... Okay, I like 440. 440 is good, but it needs to be 135. Then 90. Then 90. Then 90. See, that's not so bad. Okay, game likes this. There we go. That's probably hell to drive on. Let's do it, man. They don't know what hell they're signing up for. They just see like, oh, this is interesting and chic. I can brag about this to my friends and then cry myself to sleep every night as I have to actually drive down these fucking roads. But you know what it is, chat? It's different, and that's all I care about. This is where the hipsters live. We're all willing to pretend that we're... Oh, shit, that would be a nice connection right there, but that's not going to happen. I wonder how... You know what? I want to do it. Just literally because I want... Oh, goodbye, tree. Literally because I want to. But for no other reason. It needs to go up a little bit. That's kind of funny. We're going to use Move It to make this a little bit easier to digest. This is low clearance, by the way. Just in case you couldn't tell. Good luck, assholes! You couldn't take a fucking skateboard under there without getting your head chopped off. What the fuck? That's so cursed. I like it conceptually. I think that's beautiful conceptually. That can't be allowed to live. We have some responsibility to at least pretending that we want this place to be nice, and we do want this to be nice. But at the same time, this road is too goddamn cursed. It looks nice actually. I'm kind of happy with this. We have some open... Oh, fucking chills. I think it's the ghost of sins about to be committed running a finger down my neck. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. We put like parks in the middle, you know? I'm gonna put, let's take a look at our services. What else do we need up here? We don't have a clinic up here, you know? So let's put a clinic right here for the innumerable deaths that will occur as a result of the roads we have here. Child care, I don't think we have many of. Let's take a look. We could use child care over here. Oh, this is elder care? Oops, clicked on elder care. Okay, well, I guess we're doing that. It fits right there. That's where it goes. That's brilliant. Good job, me. Absolutely brilliant. Okay. No young people want to live over here. Like, we knew that. Child care center. We need one over here for sure. Let's put one by the clinic. It fits. Shocking. Graveyard? In the middle? It's not going to do it. Okay, fine. Hot Wheels only. It's going to be great. What kind of socialist utopia is that? That's profit. That's 100% profit. Listen, we profit in order to afford the socialist agenda. You don't understand. It's tit for tat. You give me unlimited money and I promise I will provide social services for you. At a cost. It's very simple, chat. We could put down an actual hospital down here. I kind of like the idea of the hospital being over in this area or down over here. Also do feel like this does need to connect down. I feel like I should do this road network that this connects down to. Because this one should also cross over, but this is going to be, we're going to make this a park. This is going to end up being like, wow, tapered off park over here. Maybe let the park be on the ground level for a bit, then it connects into the street level. So we can have the taper down, because otherwise this will just keep ramping up over here. We'll get onto this side and it'll be like 30 stories high. We want this to still be the pinnacle. This ended up being a large area that we flattened out and sort of raised. We need to taper it down now. It's right there feels natural. And then get on the other side of the rock and it will come to match this height over on the other side. It's going to look like this wasn't man-made. It's going to look like we leveled it. We didn't build this up, we leveled it. That's it. It's going to be fine. Let's do it. Oh, God, fucking chills. Apparently I'm about to make more sins. Let's do it. Let's commit some water pipes. Jesus. Okay. Let's just get this down here. Connect this. It's the sound of the gavel as they put me away for the sins I'm committing. You think I could go get a actual civil engineering degree after doing this? I think I deserve one. One pipe to serve this whole neighborhood is pretty good. We're not going to have it go down the terrace, though. Kind of the rule I have is that only very specific places are going to have a pipe jump a terrace. Otherwise, we want it to come in on the roads. It's mostly arbitrary, by the way. Don't ask me why. It's almost entirely arbitrary as to why we'd ever want to do that way. Are you seeing a pattern here, chat? Like, this is a place where I feel like we could get across. What the hell are we going to do here? I have a feeling it's going to look something like this. And then this house can just fucking deal with it. Yeah? Does that work? Not bad. That could have been much worse. Probably should have been much worse, just to teach chat a lesson. Okay, let's go ahead and do some zoning. This is all residential, but I will put a couple commercial in here because we know that we're going to be putting a park over here. So I need to capitalize on the dopamine that these people have as they leave the park. This is going to be inside the park. This is going to be like the main park entrance right here. So probably good if we have some commercial like over here by one of the other entrances. This can be commercial over here. This right here can be commercial. This right here can be commercial, and then the rest of it you're on your own. Yeah, the rest of this let's just fill in. Yoink. Probably we'll make this... kind of want to put parks in here. Hold on. These centers are going to be open. We're not going to designate these as anything. But we'll put residential around the rest of it. I think it's fine to put a bit of housing there. Y'all, this is really fucking cute. You're not allowed to say anything otherwise, by the way. People who show descent to the state will be asked to live on the other side of the river, down here. This is where enemies of the state will go and work. This is the actual Gulag Island. We just haven't designated it yet. We're working up to the point where we need to actually take care of our political opponents. Right now, they're just not strong enough. We keep poisoning them. So it doesn't end up being an issue. I like the idea of having a cute little fire station. One of these rustic ones. You can almost build this as a little, like, cultural district, or not a cultural district, but like a historical district. Police. I think it'd be good to have police over here. I'll have a little rustic police station, because we've only got, well, yeah, no, we need some police coverage over here. I think the police coverage being here would be nice, right by the park. Because clearly anyone going to the park is suspicious as fuck. Yeah, like, this place is going to be full of older things. Because we'd have the ability, if I go in and do this as a district, and I think all of these could be done. This will be NE. So let's go ahead and district this. I think we'll make this a proper historical themed district. If we can't, I think we can. I think we have a theme downloaded as part of the mod pack that I got when I was following another content creator before I realized I wanted to stream this game now. Rosewood Heights. Okay, it's cute with the heights thing, but no. I almost called it Neverland Park. I want it to be in... Am I? Okay, yeah, I am. I want it to be NE for Northeast. So it has to start with NE, because we're going to do NW up here. How the fuck are we going to do NW? That's not a... You can't make a word out of that. I almost called it fucking Neverland Park. Oh, I know. New Oldsburg. That's where the hipsters live, y'all. Let's go ahead and get our policy specifically for here. for the hipsters, specifically. Prefer ferries. Recycle plastic. Prefer parks. Free Wi-Fi? We'll give them free Wi-Fi. Book fair? No. Smoke detector distribution? No. Pet ban? Absolutely not. Nowhere in my town. Okay, we're good there. We need a heavy traffic ban through here for sure, except we have commercial. Not in my backyard. I can make them NIMBYs? This is not a leisure specialization, though. I'm gonna make them NIMBYs. Old Town, yes! Good. Old Town NIMBY, perfect. Electric cars. Excellent. I like New Oldsburg. Now let's also see if we can get a style in there. European suburbia. Modern city center. Let's see if we can get it to be European. Let's just see what that looks like. Let's do some Euro hipsters in Texas. Build, my children, build. Build only houses that please me. Oh, look at it. It's going to come together, y'all. It's going to happen. I did build sort of the old rustic assets for the utilities as well. Ooh, I'm getting chills. Am I committing sins? I don't think so. Oh, we have an ice cream shop here. What else we got over here? Just a strip mall. Just a sleazy old fucking strip mall. Nice. I love my sleazy strip malls. That little bit of commercial should give rise to a whole lot of residential popping up over here. Also want to go ahead and get residential in here. This will just be straight residential. There's nothing else going in here. These are just neighborhoods, and they're not pretending to be anything else. This is the ritzy part of the neighborhood. That right there for sure. I'm not sure if I want to put them that close. I kind of like these houses being there, but then the rest of it can be closed off. The reason I'm only doing inside the street is I don't want there to be a house that somehow fucks with the terracing that we've worked so diligently for. Here we go. This will be a park. We're not going to do anything with that right now. Pedestrian pathway there. Pedestrian pathway here. At the end of this. Pedestrian pathway there. Although this might come down. No, it's not going to come down. Let me work on this roadway. This goes out how far? $680. It's right there. $680 this way. Goes to here. $680 then connects. This is where this needs to connect to. That's why I've done that. That's going to be... I think that we probably have this go... Oh, he wants to tunnel. That's interesting. I think that we have this stay a bridge. That... Oh, Jesus. What the fuck have you done? That's not bad. It's kind of steep. But every time I go up, it keeps bringing that... it keeps raising the hump, you fucker. Stop. I wonder if there's an argument for us carving this down a little bit. Let's do that. Very, very gently and very small brush. God damn it. Stop wiggling, you fucker. This is going to hurt the park, though, but we'll just have a path that goes over. I like the idea that we just put a little dip in there. That's it. This tree's got to... Fuck y'all. Get out of here. Okay. Let's try this. See, that's probably going to be a lot more natural feeling. Maybe a little bit higher. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That right there. And we can raise the rest of this around it again. Yeah, a pedestrian walkway going over this is going to be a bit of a pain, but I think it's also part of the charm. It's also not straight. What? Oh, God. Okay, well, I didn't know we could do that. That's interesting to know. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It just would feel nicer if it was. You, get back in there. Get to work. me turn and make sure that that's right. It's close enough, and if anyone ever notices, we'll just send them to the gulag. So now this needs to connect in, and we didn't give ourselves much room to be able to make that turn, but we're going to do our best here. Okay, so it knows what I'm trying to do. Now, will it let it happen? It will. And just like that, I believe that we have done a good thing today. I feel like that ends up working out very well for us. I feel like, and hear me out, any doubters will be suppressed, of course. I don't want it that close. I feel like that's acceptable, right? I can't believe it worked. I know. I can't believe that worked. But I think it's important to have that connection because that means people from all the way down here are able to get a nice drive in, take a left, hug the right, get right into the shopping mall, walk across, or have your butler carry you into the shopping mall. None of the poors get to shop here. The poors are stuck over here with their little mom and pop shops and their cemeteries, okay? Only the rich people get to work over here and shop over here. This is for rich people, wealthy people. There are people at the door. The poor people are only over here to hold the door open for the rich people. That's how this works. And if you don't look wealthy enough, you're not allowed in. That said, people from New Oldsburg have a very distinct smell about them. So that even though they look homeless, they're allowed to get in, which is fine. Do you, whatever your style. But it's hard for the old bourgeoisie people to know that you are also bourgeoisie if you don't really look the part. That's the only concern. And I have a lot of concern for my citizens. I want them to be happy and successful and above all else profitable. Because we're going to have some real high density commercial. Most of the city's commercial is going to be put through here. We have a decent demand right now, but we need to get another 500 citizens before we're really able to do anything else with them. So let's just let this go speed 3 and see what happens there. I can't believe it worked, dude. Commercial comes in. Demand for industry increases as well. As soon as there is demand for residential, it gets plotted. We've got plenty of land for it, so it should just continue to expand. Garbage processing is fine. Cemetery usage is fine. Fire hazards, whatever. We do not have university availability yet. I don't know if we're able to build universities. Let me check. Maybe we are. No, we cannot. We're about there. We're about to be able to build our university. Maybe I should think about getting our infrastructure up over here. Because I was thinking about having this be the university. This whole island is just for one big university campus. You know, we could play sports ball over here. This will be like the University Stadium Drive. Could be right over here. We make the main thoroughfare kind of cut behind it and do this. And then this ends up being sort of a bulge out, if you will. That could be good. What the fuck happened over here? What is this? Oh, we're going to have to keep this for sure, right? There's no way we build over that. That would never happen. All right, speed 3. I like New Oldsburg. I have no idea if they're actually going to contribute to my income or lose it. It'd be nice if it told me. Income from buildings here. How's the European building style going? A lot of these do feel European. Some of these feel like San Francisco, you know. Probably should think about actually putting parks in just to increase the land value. That's not what that needs to be. We need to go these guys. All of these are huge though. I would love to have a little park space that was a 4x4. That would just tickle me. Maybe one of these is. Oh, not the... Oh, Botanic Gardens? Oh, they would love that shit. I'm not going to put it in there, though. Tiny? Tiny! We did it! Oh. Okay, we'll have it go from there. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we can increase their land value that way. Give them the old bait and switch. They buy their houses, then we immediately make it unaffordably expensive for them. It's the millennial way. All right, there we go. Not quite. None of these are what we want to do. Could put a parking garage. Nobody hates living by a parking garage. I like that idea. Let's put that there. We have 2 parks over here. These guys are fucking ritzy. These guys have needed parks. That's why I'm kind of excited about having that connector there. Because this park should increase their property value. And if not, I'm angry with them. Like you, your property value should be massive, given its proximity to the highway. This is nice. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense that a European... Maybe, okay, listen, we have to have a weeb sanctuary. It's the one place to go and download your anime with your free Wi-Fi. It's the best place for it. It's the one place in this district that actually gets the free Wi-Fi to stay connected. Several lanes of playground. We could do that too. Oh, there's Fern. Shit, nice. Buildings are leveling up. Nice. Good deal. Just speed 3. Maybe we'll be able to hit our 5K. Maybe we put some low density residential in here and then upgrade it to high density in the future. Maybe we go ahead and dunk it that way. I don't hate that idea. I don't want it building on that inner road. I want it building on the outer road only. Which I think is going to have some issues there if we actually want to commit to that policy. The idea is this stays open, but the rest of this ends up... You know what? Fuck it. This all just ends up being commercial. Build as ye please, peasants! However, that said, I think it's going to be ridiculous that we... Oh, yeah, no, I didn't want to do that either. I think it's also ridiculous that we would have them go in this quadrant. I think that one stays empty. I think this one stays empty too, but these are covered. That should be all the commercial we could ever want. Rise! Please. We should probably get rid of these power poles too. They're just no longer needed. All of this is unneeded. We don't need that infrastructure anymore, so let's go ahead and get rid of it. There we go. Come on in. Oh, we love the sound of the buildings upgrading here. Come on, just 200 more people. As we build more of these, the residential is going to continue to increase as well. So building that is going to boost these neighborhoods to get in there. I think they'll put me over the 5,500 and we'll be able to build our university. Oh, that's going to be nice. The more I play with terracing, the more I prefer it. Like, this is fine. Like, you know, this is cool. This is cool, too. It's cool. But it doesn't hold a candle to the charm of what we're doing over here. And maybe not doing so much of this, but just having little pods of terraced neighborhoods and not gridded and just really organic is it speaks to me. Love that these pathways connected already to the road. It's great. There's probably one more pathway we could do there and put in some natural landscaping and turn these into little park areas. Well, this one definitely a park. Outside the park, you know, whatever. Maybe as an extension, an invitation, or an advertisement to the park. If you want to just go to the park and go for a walk, do it. If you want to, like, dump your kids off here, then do that too. I would think that a playground, though, would lower the value of the immediate residential space, because there's nothing worse than screaming children. And there are 3 cases in which a child will be screaming constantly. 1, they're in pain. 2, they're having fun. And 3, they're awake. Any of those 3 conditions will cause a child to scream perpetually, and that is a nightmare scenario for anyone living nearby. Also, 2 of the same business. Good luck to both of you. Looks like this guy's gonna level up first. Getting there. 2 overeducated workers. That's not my fucking problem. Not my problem. We need to have another district that's for poor, uneducated people, and I'm thinking it's Cocoa Terrace. I think we remove their their schools. That, or we just let this be where all the uneducated people live. And I mean, literally, not even an elementary school. They don't even have a library. Learning is for people with rights, and the people living on this island do not have rights. This is where all of the dissension lives. If they ever decide that they want to do harm to us, we just blow up the bridge and siege them out. And then replace them. What are they going to do, swim? They don't have that choice. Do you see how fast this water's moving? No one's swimming across this. I'm surprised our bridges are standing. They should be ripping our bridges down, dude. This is like... Tsunami speeds of river. Look at this shit coming through here. There's no way. There it is. Nice, dude. So now we have the ability to put in... Oh, man. We have a lot of really cool stuff opening. More policies we can use to shit on the hipsters. We have high density available now. We're going to be able to boom our population with this stuff. This is going to be great. Now I can build the downtowns of my dreams. We have access to blimps, which I want to do between the islands as well. The high peak wealthy parts of the islands, yeah, I want to do blimps. Metros, we have access to all that stuff. Universities now, including the full university campuses. Hot air balloon tours, absolutely we would want to do. This is beautiful. I'm very excited about this. I can't think of a better milestone to go ahead and just save and let that be it for the night. I can't stop playing Please Help. I have to stop. I have other work that I have to do. It's already 12:30. I just want to keep going. Like, now that we have that, let's go build the infrastructure for the university, you know? But hitting that 5,500 milestone, I think, is a big one, because now we have the ability to get truly highly educated people in our place, because that's how we're going to start getting office demand as opposed to agriculture. It's going to be great. I probably should have poor people living on the other side of the highway too, because these people would have quite a commute to get through the city to get to their farms. I feel like having poor people live on the farm would make a lot of sense. So that's what I'm going to do. I know I want to play more. You guys want to watch more, but I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be able to do more. And if I don't have recording I need to do, then we'll be able to just play all into the night. Maybe. In any case, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'm going to get out of here, though.